And we're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 366 of Fans of Power. I'm Joe Amato, and I'm here with my partners in crime, Tyler T-Rex Baker, Nasty Nate, Nathan Kennedy, Rebecca McDonald, a.k.a. Newt, the Trash Man, Ren McKenzie, the Doctor, Dushin Mitrovic, and the Reverend James Etok. Always a breath doing that. Thank you.
I know it's a lot of people, man. It's a ton of people.
It is. It's hard to remember that without botching it as fast as I talk, and I was here for...
It's so much easier last week because no one was here. It's just three of us. So it was way easier.
It was Father's
for me
Day.
to do
We were
the
all
intro.
hanging it. Yeah.
It's a lot to say.
Holiday.
It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful. And I was just going to,
Joe
ahead
knows
of time.
about mouthfuls.
Hey, there you go. Jesus Christ. Well, the heads up. I mean, just in case this tablet falls, I'm not wearing pants, but I'm not in my underwear. I mean, listen. Stop it, Ren and everybody. I'm in shorts. I was talking to Jen before the podcast. She got me all hot and bothered. And I had to keep my pants. I'm not kidding. I was like, I can't put pants on. I'd be too worked up. So I'm staying in shorts. And
I love fucking sideways, backwards, jumping and flipping in the air. So fucking fun. I love fucking sexy guys.
What?
I love fucking sexy guys. Oh my God! Look at Laura. Oh,
Joe, you said it, not us.
What?
Jenny, I'll play this again because we were talking over a little bit. Jenny,
Oh my God! Look at Laura. Oh, that's so sexy.
Yeah, Joe, what the fuck?
Happy Pride Month.
I don't even know what was being said. What in what context did he?
Hey, Jenny, baby, I love you, Jenny.
Hey, you're pissed off with that, Ren. I'm coming after you at PowerCon. I'm coming for you. And hey, you're gonna wait, Ren. Do you have anything you got to tell us about PowerCon? Because everybody can know about how close I can get to you. Please tell everybody.
Yeah. Unfortunately, and the only reason it's unfortunate is because his fucking Joe Amato is gonna be there. My table and the group's table will be directly next to each other.
Yay.
So yeah, we will be. I will probably be away from my table a lot,
Well, here,
and I won't make any money all weekend because I'll be running away from Joe Amato all weekend.
We'll hire you.
Ren, you're right next to me. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for
Come
you.
on.
You're right next to me.
Nathan, we are not friends anymore. What are you doing?
Well,
We'll hire Kevin Costner to come out and be your bodyguard so that Joe can't.
They carry you away.
Speaking of PowerCon, since we brought it up, this is usually the time that I put our little banner over here in the corner and have a little ticker tape thing going at the bottom, and I read off the script that I've been doing. But I got something new this week, and well, I'll just go ahead and play it for everybody right now. Apologies. I'm so sorry.
Oh shit.
Fans of Power is coming to PowerCon, and we'll meet you. Just call our names, and we'll be there. Tyler's mad, and Nathan's cool. Rebecca's nice, and Ren's a fool. Joe is the greatest, and we'll be there.
That was beautiful.
And working out.
That was embarrassing.
Why was there such a long silence at the end? That made it worse.
Just to make it more
That's for the
awkward.
applause. That's all for the applause.
I mean, it wasn't awkward enough. Yeah, we sat there and watched George C. Scott put up with his shit live with us.
Weekend passes $60, Friday passes $27, Saturday passes $37, and Sunday passes $17. Kids 12 and under get in free as long as they are accompanied by a ticketed parent or guardian who is 18 years.
I don't know the parents who got kids and they hear that Michael Jackson's going to be able to sing that shit.
You can hear me sing live.
I think Val's going to take a big hit with attendance this year.
No singing lessons. That's all me. You believe that? Is that not great? Is that not like hearing angels singing? That was beautiful. What do you think? Come on,
I didn't get any audio. I just had a silent image of Joe.
Oh, you didn't hear any of it?
Oh, you didn't hear it?
I just had a silent image of Joe looking at me.
What? Oh, you didn't hit the button.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought like I'm not supposed to press the button when it's happening.
No, I always hit the button when it says.
I was just like, I thought.
Okay, well, I guess it has to be played again.
No.
All
right, I'll check it out on the thing afterwards.
Oh, it's great, James. I tell you, it's going to tear you up. You're going to love it. It's heart-wrenching.
It will absolutely make you cry.
One way or another.
No, it'll make you sterile.
I'm great. Go ahead.
James would be hanging out with all those girls, and he'd be like, "I'm just sorry, girls. I'm just letting you know in advance. It wasn't my fault."
The guest list for PowerCon was also released, so you can see everybody that's going to be there. I'm looking forward to the Major Wrestling Pod crew, myself with Cardona and Brian Myers and Smart Work Sterling. And of course, down in the bottom left, you got John and Rebecca right there. They're on this thing twice. Well, Rebecca's here twice. John's.
That's true. I got my little animated self, and
we made it. The podcast is finally something. We made it on an
big time.
Yeah, we're big time now. Maybe we
Can
should
we have like that song play when we enter like the convention hall, like Peter Gabriel's Big Time? Like that'd be awesome, don't you guys think?
Hey,
good.
I wanna say something. I wanna just
when does that ever stop you?
A couple of horns. Well, you're right. Dulcin and I believe, are the reason that you guys were invited.
Huh?
Yeah. What? Nobody wanted to hear you guys talk until we came on.
Well, you don't want to hear us talking, so I kind of find that hard to believe.
Everybody loves Rebecca, of course. But the other three of you guys are cool. Like, Nathan was really cool at first, but then he started siding with Joe sometimes, and he just kind of dropped on my level. And Deuce and I are just the coolest guys out here, so you guys are welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, but what about that cool guy?
Yeah, I'm too extreme.
What about these cool guys? Huh? Oh my God! What about that? What about those cool guys?
Those guys are absolutely not invited to anything. They were probably.
What about these?
They were probably kicked off the beach that day after that picture.
Kicked off the
beach. You had to kick paparazzi off the beach there.
Yeah. Tyler's going, fuck you then, bro.
They couldn't be on the set of Point Break too. We had to get them out of there, man.
Quiet on the set, everybody. Quiet on the set.
Yeah, Nathan was going to be like the new Johnny Utah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I was definitely Patrick Swayze.
Sure.
Yeah, watch me project my thoughts here.
I mean, should I play the Joe PowerCon video again?
No.
They can only have so much of a good thing. That would get people so excited.
I honestly thought Tyler was going to get a bigger kick out of that than what he did.
I hated that. I don't like it when people sing, and I don't like it when Joe sings.
Tyler loves it. He secretly loves it. He messaged me. He said, Joe, in our private group, when I don't know what are people talking about, and I see Joe apparently sang about something, like, okay, I don't. Hey, no, I want to let you know that Tyler messaged me. He said, Joe, that really got me emotional. That was great. He said, I even teared up. He said that shit. He said it. I ain't lying. I played the audio message, but my internet's down on Facebook, so I can't do it.
My 5-year-old nephew has
your internet's down on Facebook, and
just on Facebook.
Yeah, there you go, Joe.
He's like, I ain't lying. That's how you know.
I want to show a couple things though that was kind of cool. That my nephew Trey, I seen him today, and he got me a couple things. And
I love Get to Small Crevices.
Well, first there was he got a little. It was a signed picture in PJ Soul saying "Totally" with Michael Myers on it, so that was cool. He got me a mask with the original Jason Ari Lehman's autograph, so that's pretty cool on that. Wow. Yeah, and then CJ Graham He got me this. That was cool.
Wow.
So I got. But the one that really topped it
Nice.
off, my favorite of all time, is this machete with Kane Hodder's signature. I was like, oh
Run,
my God.
Jenny, run!
Well, this is it was so cool, especially after I made that figure for Kane Hodder. So to get this, it's like I was like, I have to show it.
Is that a real machete?
Do you realize that Joe,
What?
do you realize that at PowerCon you're going to be met by the police?
Especially after I called him.
Pretty much. But no, I had to share that. That was really
Wow.
cool.
Well,
And,
you said Trey got those for you, right?
yeah, Trey got it for me.
And you're rocking his t-shirt.
I was rocking his shirt. Trey Miguel. His middle
It's
name
kinda-
is my middle name.
It's
Just
kind of
yeah.
It's kind of funny that you bring that up because last night on Max, I was flipping through because Evil Dead Rise is streaming on there now, and I wanted to check it out. But one thing that I noticed was that that shitty Halloween Kills is on there. It used to be on Peacock. Now it's on Max. And
Did you enjoy it this time? Because that's the greatest Halloween. Me and Trey watch it about 5 times each. That is great.
I haven't gone back and rewatched that at all because it's such a huge, massive piece of shit. As Newt knows, evil dies tonight and all. But yeah, why would I take the advice
40
from
years ago.
Trey Miguel, former X Division champion? If I really wanted someone's opinion, I would go ask Chris Sabin because he's the current X Division champion.
Now that's pretty cold.
If
All right,
memory
I'll tell Trey that.
He beat Trey a couple weeks ago to win that championship, right? So
I
would rather hang out with Chris Sabin and watch good horror movies as opposed to take Trey's
Like
advice.
Halloween.
So you're poking the bear. I'll let Trey know that. I'll let him know.
Let him know.
Okay.
Let him know.
Is Nathan cutting a wrestling promo here or something?
Oh yeah!
Looks like he's poking the bear. Definitely. He's shitting on. No, I'll let Trey know.
Shitty movie. You brought him up and you're like, yeah, you got me all this stuff because he's like this famous pro wrestler now, and you're like hawking his merchandise and showing that off on the show. He's just got shitty taste in horror movies.
All right, I'll be sure to pass it on.
Let him know.
Yeah, I'll pass that on to him.
Yeah, tell him I eagerly await what he has to say. Former champion.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
So he's got plenty of time on his hands since he's not the current champ, right?
I know, right?
Oh, you're joining too. Okay, Ren. All right.
No, I was just
What
saying.
the hell's going on?
I don't even know anything about wrestling. Except Macho Man.
See, now he's
Except Macho Man has 3
shitting
minutes
on
of
what Trey
playtime.
does for a living. I would never do that. I just say he has a terrible taste in movies, but Ren's going all in.
All right. And what did you say, Dushin? What were you saying?
Your middle name is Miguel?
Well, no, it's Michael, and they didn't for his name. They didn't want to say Trey Michael, so then they just used a Spanish one and said Miguel. So mine's Michael, and they used Miguel. So he got his middle name for me.
That's not your name, Joe.
Yeah,
Shut
so why
up!
would
They
you
took
plug
it.
it as
They were
your
going
name?
to listen, you
You're
shitbags.
selfish.
They were going to say Michael because they wanted to use my middle name, but then so they used a spin on it. So, but yes, it is from at least me
That makes
though.
Joe
Because if
a
it
Mexican Italian black man. Is that what Joe is? Like Joe's like the amalgam of culture on this podcast here. I mean, who's more offended? Who's more offended? I'm offended as a white man. Ren's definitely got to be offended as a black man. I'm sure everyone else is offended just for being people. That Joe was just claiming every culture he can and say, I can relate. I am. We are.
Joe is a man of the people, all right?
I am.
Joe
he's
is
everybody
barely
and
a man
nobody all at
or
once.
people.
What was that, Ren? What did you say?
I said you're barely a man or people.
He's mostly hobo.
I can't wait for PowerCon.
Yeah, he's all homeless. Whatever he is, he's all homeless. No matter what he is.
100% hobo.
I can't help but picture him pedaling outside of the hotel at PowerCon.
That would be Joe's like wrestling shirt. It's like a pie graph where it shows like 25% African American, 25% Italian, and somehow it still says 100% hobo, but it percentages just don't add up. That would be good.
There's a ring. The crust is all hobo.
All right. Oh, you shitheads. PowerCon will be fun.
Let's
a
get
whole lot of
Newt.
hoe in that bowl.
Ugh. I'm chasing around some shit. Let's give Newt some shit because she's drinking like some shitty Jimmy Buffett margarita.
No, it's good. It's a girly drink.
What is it called?
It's
What's
sweet.
it called? What is it? I mean, it's just a plain.
Strawberry
What is it?
John
Right?
taking a Margaritaville, and that's what you got when you went and paid the check.
Jimmy, and we were saying before the show, we're like, I'm like, Jimmy Buffett sucks. And she's like, I don't know who that is. And then, like, James aged another 20 years because of it.
Was that like a power drink or something? I mean,
No.
or is that alcohol?
Power
Alcohol.
drink.
It's a girl.
Jimmy Buffett's power energy drinks.
Strawberry dickory.
Oh God! I did buy the this week, Tyler. I bought the strawberry bubblicious to give that a shot. So when you and I do our tier list of ghost energy drinks, I'll have a firm opinion.
And C4 and Rain.
Well, we'll do those after the ghosts. Then I'll move to C4s and try all those flavors. I tried the Skittles one and I didn't like that one that much.
No, it sucks. It's not good.
That sounds terrible.
Interesting.
You think it would taste like a mouthful of Skittles, but it doesn't. It's just like a shitty fruit taste.
Yeah, it just tastes like a mouthful of Jimmy Buffett.
You know what's really gross? Have you seen that they sell like milk that tastes like cereal milk? Like there's Fruity Pebbles.
Oh,
That
I'm
sounds
sure
so
Joe's all over that
nasty
shit.
To me.
Yeah.
Oh, bacon flavored soda.
Hey, in fact, I just got some Fruity Pebbles. They were on sale at Kroger for
No, Fruity
$1.29.
Pebbles are fine, but they
Yeah,
sell
marked
just
down on
milk
clearance.
that tastes like the
Manager
milk
special.
after
Yeah,
it's
out of
sat in
date.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know what you're saying. I do like that, but I still got to eat,
Oh,
you
you
know.
do
So
like
no, I
it?
wouldn't just drink. Yeah,
It's kinda
I mean, I
nasty.
wouldn't drink just the milk, but I mean, I just got loaded up, and the one I got had marshmallows into it. It's Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows, $1.29.
No, that sounds
Oh,
good.
Yes,
Oh,
friend.
well-
Has anybody noticed that once again, Joe, it's all about me, Amato, had to fucking tell everybody how he did something today that had nothing to do with him
You know what?
at all.
she was talking about Fruity Pebble milk, and I got Fruity Pebbles.
Shut your
I'm saying.
funky ass up.
I like
The
that
lady
Ren's doing
said-
it and it's not Tyler calling it out. This
We
time. It's
were
usually
talking
Tyler.
about fucking drinks, and somebody brought up Fruity Pebble drinks.
See?
He's like, I bought a Fruity
bought
Pebble
Fruity
box of
Pebbles.
cereal.
I'ma eat a
man,
fruit-
it was
I'm eating
it
a bowl
was
of Fruity Pebbles
35
right next to you.
See, I can just
It was
hit Joe.
35
He's still going with it. He's not backing off
Oh,
from
my
it. He's
God.
still going.
I went ahead and muted
Shut
him.
your ass up, Joe. Shut
Thank
up.
you. Does anyone else
Shut up,
want to talk
Joe.
about their day since Joe is,
Shut up, Joe
shoehorning his?
McHale.
in?
Wait. Nathan,
Wait.
play the clips now. The other clips. Not that.
Because I am foreign, you know.
That one?
Not that.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, you were talking about this one.
You should know that I am foreign.
That one?
Deuce is like, you
Here,
failing
Cricket
right now.
doesn't-
He
for the
doesn't
first
say
time.
anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Keep talking.
I love fucking sexy guys. I love fucking sideways, backwards, jumping and flipping in the air. So I love doing her. I love crawling on the ground. And until next time, have a fuck.
Well, good night, everybody.
Hey, Jenny.
You think it's too late to get our own
Jenny,
table from
listen,
Val? Like
Jenny,
a different table
Jenny,
on the other
escape
side of the hall?
now.
Yes, remember Jenny.
Oh, yeah.
Escape now, Jenny. Jenny, please.
Yeah, she's trapped
Jenny.
now. Joe has.
She's
Let
down
us
in that
know.
We're
pit.
at Power
You know,
Con.
putting lotion
Hey,
on
Jenny,
her skin
all
down
of
there in
us-
Joe's pit.
All of us will be there for you if you need us. Just
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Joe might be wearing her face when we get to PowerCon or something like that.
Joe, what happened to your mask? This is my mask.
you nearly killed James.
I
Call me
think
a coward.
Joe coughed up her drink a little bit.
That really
you're not
cool.
supposed to bathe in it.
Well,
Don't
Joe,
bathe in it, Rebecca. Don't bathe in it.
James is tearing up a little bit there.
It's because it was both a joke and quite
And
possibly a
it's
real.
putting on my shoes.
Just putting on the
he's already getting the fuck out of Dodge. And do
Yeah.
it today. Point your tits north.
Jenny
and step
said
on
these
the
shoes
gas.
were made for walking.
Well, Joe, now that we're a good 20-some minutes in the show, I'm going to put you up to the task of naming off everybody that's in the chat room. How about that?
Yeah, do
Oh,
it.
fuck. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me start from the top. We got Zentron, Will Timpson, Fedmon, Rebel Wookie, Casey Duncan, Brian Brummagem, Papa 69. Mobile Recluse. MOTU Matthew.
James is sitting in regret.
James is like, I stayed up for this shit.
Wait. Say it, Nathan. Say his name.
Johnny Cock.
All right.
I should have just played the I love fucking sexy guys.
Hold on. I'm getting there. I'm getting. Jenny K, I love you, baby. Simple
Love
check
you, baby.
Yeah, it's a special kind of love.
Yeah, he loves your face.
Mick DJ, Daniel Carhoonan, JSP, Felipe, John Ballard.
We have a heart of darkness at the center of this podcast there, Daniel.
Joe just went to a choo-choo train.
Okay, and I think I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I apologize, because that was really quick. Everything was jumping through. So if I missed somebody, I'm sorry about that. There, I did it. There, I got everything. I am.
Well, let's go ahead and transition into Nepthu. You guys have talked so much shit about him for so long, and Tyler was saying that this episode's not that great. And
not that great.
Well, I want to get the opinions of everyone.
It's fantastic.
I watched the episode for the first time today, and I made sure to bookmark the page from James's book so we can also read. I'll speak for him and just read his review,
Yeah, he's here. We don't need to have.
Or if James has got it handy, he can read his own review.
You can say the words, and I'll just mime along to what I think I probably wrote.
No, I think we should do what we did last time you were here and have you read your review, but do it sexy.
Oh, not sexy.
Yeah. Too late
One
now.
quick thing about this episode, and I was upset with, is a coincidence. There was a sale on eBay that ended today, and I tried to get it, and
it's the laser copy background, isn't it, of the Black Star holding the sword?
Yes. How did you know? Did you find out? Did you win it, James?
No. Like Kevin's been selling obviously animation art on eBay for.
What are the odds of that? And I tried to get it, and god damn it, of course, got.
Well, the odds are every time he does an auction, because he's got a laser copy background. He's run that off more than a few times. If you look at his next batch in about 3 or 4 weeks, you may be able to get that same laser copy background, because it's just a copy of the background, but you may be able to get it again.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so the one that was up today was a laser copy. It wasn't the official.
Oh, it's not the original background. Christ.
I thought it was the original. I was like, hell, fuck.
If it was the original background, I would have flown over to you, disconnected your internet, flown back, bid on it, and won it.
Yeah, because I was like, god damn it, what are the odds? It was like, oh man, there's fucking blacks. There's all the treasure. I was like, I need that.
So, John, you basically nearly sold your kidney for it.
Well, no, I mean, it did go for.
Good.
Yeah, no, it went for more than I was expecting, but I tried.
I can't imagine Joe has
Nobody
any
wants
organs
Joe's
left.
kidney.
Like, I imagine he sold all of them.
Well, actually, I think I know
He just harvests them.
No, I know what Joe's doing. Emily told me this story yesterday about a med student that was taking cadavers and selling them on the black market. So I think Joe's just wiggled his way there. It's just, and it's the people that are donating their body for science after they've passed away.
And Joe's like, played around with them, and then he donates them.
Jesus.
So you still think it's not a crime to do that, Joe?
Oh, I don't know, not in some states.
He's like that guy that looks like Garth Brooks in Kill Bill 1. Wants to, fuck all the cadavers and shit like that.
Yeah.
You're a nasty dude, Joe.
What was that from James? Was that James?
But James, you will read the passage and you will do it with the sexy voice, correct? You got to do it with the sexy voice.
Yeah,
stay in character.
Perverted.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
No, not right now. I want to start off with everyone's opinions on it. But first, I'll start with Joe's. We'll start with the original host of this show. So Joe, we'll start with
the original host.
Yeah, you and Tyler are the original host of Fans of Power. Well, you want me to go get Bozone and be like, hey, man.
Oh, dear God in heaven. Apologize for that.
So, if Nathan brought him in for like a special, bullshit, a guest appearance, like in a Royal Rumble, quickly, here's like a surprise entrance on the podcast. All right, get him out of here. It
was an okay episode in the character. The hype of the character is, I think, what... I don't know if it started swaying me to where I almost disliked him is when Classics came around and there was this imaginary hype for Nepthu that Scott Knightley was creating and trying to say that everybody, goddamn it,
that imaginary hype though.
Exactly that, man. If you were to go, if you were to go by him, you'd think, oh my God, he's the hottest fucking character that everybody's wanted him forever. And I was like, where were these fucking polls? Where was this shit going on? I don't know, it almost made me kind of not like the character. I mean, it is, like I said, I know it's, a different, it's kind of like, Egyptian type of design for masters, and it can work. I mean, hell, in MYP, the sorcerer's getting a little influence of that. So I guess I didn't have a real issue with him or the episode. It was fine. I'm not saying it was the greatest or the worst episode, but it's a, like, to me, it was just an average episode. It's not one I would want to I didn't want to constantly revisit.
That's exactly how I feel about it, Joe. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't hate the character. I don't hate the episode. I actually don't really like the episode, but it's just it's average.
Yeah.
It doesn't stand out as offensive to me or
just
or
taking some
great.
people off my Christmas card list. Joe,
Yeah, you and me both there, James.
All right.
Save me 2 illustrations.
Well, all right. Well, Ren, what is your stance on Temple of the Sun and Nepthu?
Yeah, so you sent me the link, and I didn't watch it.
Oh, cool.
There's a shocker.
Fantastic.
Guys, he's better
Dude,
than Joe.
I don't remember the episode.
All right, Ren. Well, thanks for coming.
Obviously,
It was
I
good
watched it in
having
the
you here.
80s. And so, but I like the look at the. Can I tell the look at the character? I like the look at the character.
Okay.
He's a pretty cool looking dude. So yeah, I have no idea.
All right.
That's what really makes me wish he would go and watch it now, because he'll eat these fucking words he's saying right now. Because he's.
Well, how about this, Ren? How about you I'll mute your mic, you put it on your laptop or TV now. Go ahead and watch it, and then we'll get back to you. How about that?
Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, that seems unfair.
We'll go.
We can watch him fall apart as a grown man live here on YouTube.
Are you legit gonna do it, or I was just kidding?
Oh, okay. No.
It sounds like he was.
Are you gonna do it? I mean, if you're gonna do it, we can do that.
You know what? He needs to watch it for next week and come back like he did with Huntara. Like he watched Huntara and was like, "Oh, it was fucking brilliant," So he needs to watch this piece of shit and then come back next week and let us know.
I didn't have time. There was a lot of things going on between yesterday and today.
He sounds like me with excuses. That sounds like Joe Amato.
No, Joe, he had a legitimate excuse, all right? He bought new tires for his truck, and one of them blew out while he was on a bridge, so...
You're home all the time,
but he's been home all day. He could have watched something in 22 fucking minutes.
Joe, that excuse doesn't work because you've used it on us for years.
Yeah,
so
Joe.
I do use it a lot. I do.
How many you need to watch, Joe?
So what were we saying? Oh, hey, Tyler, what's your opinion on...
Well, let's get Tyler and James, because I think they're the other half of this coin here.
Okay.
We're on the same side.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll make my arm look as big as Tyler's.
So you guys love the show then? So you guys are love the show.
Wait, are you guys like jerking each other off over there?
No, he was doing this, so I'm doing it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It was too much. Honestly, I'll let James go first on that.
No, you go first.
Well,
you go first.
Yeah, I've watched this episode twice. Last night was the second time, and it was every bit as bad as I, if not worse, than the last time I remember watching it. It was so fucking bad. The dialogue. You shut the fuck up, Slavic. We'll get to you in a moment here, Ruben. I'm just. It was really fucking bad. Which is the whole point of doing this episode: is how do we make this shitty character better? Because he starts off like Joe Amato. He's a bum roaming around Eternia, and it ends with him being a bum roaming around Eternia. So it's all about how Joe Amato wants power, and you know what? He's just gonna be fucking homeless, tending to flowers and shit like that, because he won't get a fucking job. It's so bad. The dialogue is so bad in this episode. Nepthu is he stumbles into silly shit for a day. That is the episode.
Well, give an example. Give an example. Put it into context.
Yeah, give an example.
He stumbles upon.
Let's do it for Ren's
sake.
Yeah,
that way Ren's got something to go with here. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're talking about
details. Details, man.
Well, we are literally talking about a homeless man who just wants water and stumbles upon the Temple of the Sun and finds the scarab and just turns into Nepthu. That is it. Inside's, I'm going to have an army. I'm going to capture this. I'm going to do this. And then He-Man just walks right in and fucking stops him. Nothing happens, and he goes back to being a homeless putz.
He doesn't really do
One
anything.
thing that annoyed me in the episode
Exactly,
was
just like Mr. Plinkett says about Mace Windu. He didn't do anything.
Tyler, that's a power fantasy for the likes of Joe.
Well, if I wanted to do that, I would just get on here and talk, or I would just I'd send him a message, and he would send me about 15 minutes worth, a voice message, talk about his fantasies and his dreams. Then the next thing I'm like, oh my god, he's gone too far, and then he's singing, his interpretation of the Bee Gees or some shit like that. And
you can't. No.
oh my gosh, now I've done it.
You started it, Joe. Go ahead.
No, he's already butchered the King of Pop.
All right, I'll go ahead and mute Joe.
Mute him. No, it's a terrible fucking episode. It's not good. That was another thing too. How Scott was acting like there was a pocket of the He-Man community that was all about this character. Even Roast Google called him out for that. He couldn't back it up. He's like, no, there's people out there. You're so full of shit,
There's people out there. I think one of the most annoying parts in the show for me is when this missed opportunity for Cringer to kind of prove himself as Cringer.
Yeah, that's just wasted
so
animation.
Stupid.
And oh my god.
Yeah. He's like, no, I want to go as Cringer, That's a moment. That could have been a moment for Cringer, not Battle Cat. And then it's just like, nah, I changed my mind, turn me into Battle Cat. So that was dumb.
Yeah. It's like bringing Joe Morrow along because he says he's not hungry. And all he does is complain, I want something to eat. I'm hungry. Well, would you should have fucking ate before we left.
All right, James, what do you got? You're crossing
like,
names off your Christmas
welcome
list.
to Serial Geek Magazine TV.
What am I doing? Am I defending this episode? What did I say?
Wait.
No, you're talking about it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I
Well, I mean, do you want to read your review?
Read it. Now you can read your review. Then you can,
I've got to get my review first before I can read it. Hang on.
All right. I'll. What music did we? Oh yeah, I just play the usual like sexy music. So we'll play that when he gets back.
Yeah, the 70s soul music.
I'm
of funky porn stuff.
I'm kind of like of two minds of the whole thing. To me, it was just average. It wasn't like complete and total trash. But at the same time, I understand what Tyler's saying. It's a homeless guy that gets power and then just proceeds to do. He makes sand soldiers, and they just take pretty much one hit or a couple hits, and they're done.
It's like a kid playing back with his toys. You're going to be my general, like.
Yeah,
it'd have been better if the sand monster just farted. At least it would have been a response of some kind. You know
what threw me off about that, Tyler, is how they were sand monsters, but they talked about how they were solid stone, impenetrable, and then how he hits them, they look like mushy balls. I was like, wait, I thought this was like
he's like smash. He's compacting.
You gotta take that bushy balls.
Oh yeah, no, but it looked weird. I was like, well, that wasn't what I was expecting out of this. So yeah. You ready, Reverend?
You ready?
I'm not watching it right now, so carry on.
Okay. Now, see, I can't take that as you are watching it, right?
What?
All right, mute him and get ready for James.
Yeah,
give him the sexy
I'll
music.
mute him, and Ren, you just give me a thumbs up when you're done watching it.
What about Doosan's?
We'll save him for last because he's going to shit all over you and
That's
Tyler and
so
everybody.
that was so dismissive.
He's just going to come in and say he thinks it's the greatest episode.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, we'll save James for last. Go ahead, Deuce, and give
You
your
sure?
honest, honest thoughts.
Okay.
About,
Joe
about the
really
episode.
doesn't want to hear Dushan's opinion about this, does he?
No, I do. Go ahead.
I do.
Just a moment. Just one moment.
What's he doing?
What is he doing?
Sounds
He's
like
got like
half
his retainer in his mouth.
He's getting something ready. What's he planning?
Is he playing again? Is he doing?
No. Okay, here's my honest thoughts. So let's see. The plot of this episode is relatively simple. However, the fantastic character interaction between the heroes and the exciting and well-directed
He's reading James's
action
review.
scenes-
That's why I was pointing. That's why I was pointing.
All right, I'll go
Now,
ahead and mute.
give us your
I'll mute-
opinion,
I went
enjoying
ahead.
that.
I went ahead and muted him. All right, fine. Here we go.
Oh no! Don't mute the D man. Oh,
Here we go.
Sexy time for you, James.
I can't do this.
You can do it. Lick your
I'm getting
lips.
sweaty.
They should do this for Patreon, dude.
The plot, no.
Lick your lips, James. Lick them real good.
Well, LL Cool J, like.
There you go. All right.
I'm going to go completely unsexy now. The plot of this episode is relatively simple.
It's like
The
pimple
funny
face
thing
down.
is, before I even looked at the what I'd given it in terms of rating, it was what I was thinking. I was like, I would have given this, as I'm listening to everybody shit over it, I thought I would have given this, and then turns out that's exactly what I did give it. The plot of this episode is relatively simple. However, the fantastic character interaction between the heroes and exciting and well-directed action scenes throughout the story help make it an instant hit. The episode, that's me trying to be sexy, man. The episode, I bet. The episode effortlessly mixes mystery with drama and action and with comedy. I see what I've done there. I thought this was like.
Were you
Biggie
drunk
Smalls
when you
track in
wrote
the
this?
background for a second. So again?
Are you drunk now?
I say, were you drunk or were you bought by Nightlick when you wrote this?
I had licked a magical frog, so.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
Patrick Duncan, the writer, somehow manages to turn average scenes with a familiar cast of characters into some of the most memorable scenes in the series. An episode in which Cringer can justifiably stop his transformation into Battle Cat with a logical and amusing argument has to be good. I'm not sure I agree with that, really.
Deny yourself.
He's disagreeing
Deny
with himself.
myself.
What the fuck? Jesus.
This episode is not one of the series' best, but it does have moments of high drama and laugh out loud comedy. Mwah.
What was the rating though? Out of 10?
That's so fucked
7.
up.
Yeah, that's what I would have given it anyway.
Oh my god! And he shits all over She-Demon and Phantos.
Because it's crap.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is the laugh out loud comedy moments in it? I didn't get any.
Yeah.
Like, what moments?
There's no memorable action sequences at all.
What you got right? We got He-Man doing the unspinning of a tornado. We've got Prince Adam jumping over the. If at first you don't succeed, crashes into
gymnastic bars.
Yeah, the gymnastic bars. I love a lot of the dialogue exchanges in it, though. It doesn't seem like a normal episode. There seems to be actual real conversations in there.
He-Man, for example, drops the F-bomb.
Yeah, he doesn't drop the F-bomb. There's one thing that's really amazing in the visual. It's one of my favorite line deliveries as well, where it's like the classic stock upshot of He-Man, kind of an angle so you can see the top of his. It's what angle is it? It's like, if it was in the episode, it's here we go. No, I'm trying to do this. Backwards technology. You know what I'm saying? I can't do this.
I know the piece.
It's here, upwards angle looking kind of thing. And it's when he first encounters Nepthu, and he says, if you change he says, my feline friend and I will appreciate it. And as he delivers that line, his eyes shift to where Battle Cat is and shifts back when he says feline friend. It's such a little tiny moment, but it's such a gorgeous piece of attention to detail. I was like, I love that. And it's John Irwin's delivery as well. The whole thing of, I am Nepthu, and there's no need to shout. It's like, that's brilliant. I love it. And the whole thing with, Rebecca made a good point about, Cringer does this thing, so feasibly he should be in the rest of the episode. But I do love the idea of him trying to prove a point and failing because he realizes, well, as Battle Cat, he might be better suited for this kind of work. Well, it's a wise man or a cat that admits to being wrong by the power of Grayskull. There we go. So yeah, I will say there's I won't deny that there's a lot of nostalgia for this episode as well. I've got a little amusing anecdote if anyone wants to hear it.
Sure, yeah. Go ahead.
No.
Tyler's so disappointed. He's like, "Oh God."
I never thought I could disagree with James more in my life than I am right now. God,
just because you love She-Demon and Phantos.
Isn't this the first episode in which we see transformation without the usual stock background?
No, he does it in a Beastly Sideshow. Correct? Dusan? We've lost Dusan.
I figured Tyler or Joe would jump in and be like, "Oh yeah."
Joe is not going to know something like that.
No, I don't memorize all that shit. But you know what's funny? Is that the one that I have on on that big fucking old
I don't know.
master
Jenny,
thing?
you're there somewhere. Let us know if that's the one that he's got.
No, it's
If
like
you,
a
if you
one
can
of those
get the
master
gag out of your
tapes.
mouth.
You know those big things, those big real things, James, that you got some on
Those
eBay
tape
and like,
things.
My big things. Yeah.
yeah, don't I have that one? Is that the
You've
one I
got
had?
you've got a couple of my big things.
Get out and find it, Joe.
I sent you photos
Go,
of my
go.
big things.
Where the hell did I put it?
Go find it.
I
Go
don't.
find it.
My legs might show, so let me turn this off.
Hey, great. Go find it. Yeah, I hear you fucking now.
Oh no.
I might have to do it the whole time at PowerCon to keep Joe's
off of Ren.
keep
Keep
his
him
pelvis
alive.
away from Jen and Ren for that matter, I
Everybody.
guess. Yeah, everybody. Otherwise, he's gonna be like the shark in Jaws, dry humping people so much and they start vomiting blood.
I think the episode that
God.
Joe has on tape is the greatest show on Eternia, isn't it? 'Cause that was the running joke of like Joe owns a piece of Masters of the Universe history, and it's the worst episode of
Yeah.
the series.
I did
This is
that
what
from
he-
porn.
He owns that.
He owns like a cell of it, or
No, he owns the like a broadcast master.
oh,
Correct?
okay. Oh, that's right, he does. I remember him sharing that picture.
Yeah, because he was
And
like, I'm sure he said to me like, "What episode is MU 100?" And I was like, "It's the circus one."
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
I
worst.
you
come
lucky
across some of those to buy on eBay a while back.
Yeah, there was a phase when a bunch were. That's where I got the unencodable Skeletor's Revenge, the greatest show on Eternia. What else did I get? Into the Abyss, the Problem with Power, the Arena. I think I got pretty good ones. It helps when you know the production codes and the person selling them hasn't got a fucking clue. Joe?
All right, Joe. What do you,
I
what
just
you
got my thing back. Which it's episode
100?
100?
Oh,
100.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
Yeah,
are you
you're
laughing?
50.
What is it?
It's the greatest show on Eternia, the circus one.
Oh, okay. I was well.
You're
damn it,
you're
I-
fit, you're
Oh.
actually you're legitimately 50 episodes out because Temple of the Sun is number MU00050.
Sucker.
No, I was trying to say the beast. No, I thought when you said Beastly Sideshow, that's the one I thought I had.
Oh,
What-
I see. Right.
What episode is Beastly Sideshow?
15?
Oh, damn, then I'm fucking 85. Okay, never mind. All right.
Sucker.
Joe, it was worth the effort, my friend.
Yeah.
I thought I had Beastly Sideshow, so I was thinking of shit with circus and creatures and fuck.
You got screwed.
Aw.
I'm still watching it.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. No, you're good. You're good. I
You
eagerly-
realize you could thumbnail this with like a live reaction video.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
and
we
just
could,
have a shot
couldn't
of
we?
Ren going, and it's like, oh, we did 1 million hits because it was a reaction video,
No,
and also
we
put the
didn't.
I hate
word,
those things.
put the giant word "fail" in there as well. Fail
Yeah.
reaction video, hot take. You know, all those wonderful things that gets the old clicks going. Sons of
Kind
bitches.
of what I gather from all of our opinions collectively is overall Temple of the Sun. It's I know Tyler absolutely hates it, but the overall opinion from everyone is just kind of like just middle ground or worse. No one's like that was pretty good or it was really excellent until Ren comes along, probably fucks the whole thing up. But
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, we didn't hear what Jushin had to say. What did you have to say,
He's not.
Jushin?
He's not going to tell the truth. No matter
yeah,
what
he'll
it is.
probably just reread James's review again.
No, really. Try to give an
Honest
honest one.
opinion,
Seriously.
dude. Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, it's an inoffensive episode. It's not. It's not like you have the average episodes, but it's like slightly above average, but it's not like that episode with that that you're looking at.
He's trying to stare a hole
That
through your head,
bitch
Juicin, but he
that turns
can't.
out to be actually that tries to redeem herself, and Orko is like, that bitch is still evil. The top of those
That's the
episodes
exact
are
line.
the really garbage ones. But this one is like, it's nothing special, but it's inoffensive.
Yep. That's
So it's like 6 out of 10 for me.
Oh,
okay.
I'll take
6
that.
out of 10. Have you lost your fucking mind?
Well,
I mean, he may have because
How is it this guy shows up to just piss and shit on everyone's thoughts and opinions on the good stuff, and he's gonna sit there and fucking tell us that Temple of the Sun is 6 out of 10?
Jerk.
Don't you both agree on She Demon of Phantos?
Yes.
What is with you two?
What's with you? He's your ally.
I feel like it's one of the episodes of the Twilight Zone where I wake up, I'm the same. You guys are all different.
No, Deucin likes
You know?
She Demon of Phantos, though.
Oh, I thought you said he doesn't
You-
like
you
it.
that's
fucking
not
moron.
Two brothers in
We're on
arms.
the same episode.
I'm so used to Deucin disagreeing with me on everything, so I just
No,
assumed,
no.
you know.
You're both
No,
in the
no,
same
cut.
stupidly
Oh,
made
oh,
games.
oh,
Dumb and Dumber's not even
James
listening.
grief about it when he was writing the new version of the book.
Wait, what?
I told
Tyler's
you to give it a
completely
bigger
lost.
rating.
Yeah. What did he say?
He's lying. I haven't changed the rating.
Oh,
No, he
oh,
didn't
well,
change
that's-
the
that-
rating. I
maybe
told
that's one
you
of the
to
incentives
do
for members
it,
on
but he
Patreon. That
didn't.
if you're a member of Patreon, which I am, he will give me a written apology and
Oh
a
my
self-proclaimed video directed towards me and apologize for his bullshit opinion of She Demon of Phantos, and will pull back all the negative thoughts and will in fact give me a remastered edition of the Second and First Testament, since I have both copies of that.
Oh,
And
I
with
just
a
remember.
fix-
I just remembered. Did you read the Flight of the Fair Wind?
No,
Why
Oh.
not?
I'm
The
sorry.
Jimmy Fallon
I'm not
was
going to be forced or manipulated into reading Deucin's bullshit.
No.
No.
Look, if you think the Neptune episode is bad, then you should read that one
Why?
to see what a really bad episode is.
Well, I know what a bad episode is. I think we all know what a bad episode is. Is it?
She
Is
Demon of
it?
No,
Phantos.
no, you don't know this one.
Let me tell my anecdote.
Anybody see
Yeah,
Scanners
yeah.
before?
Go ahead. Hit your antidote. Go ahead.
My antidote. I'm going to get my antidote.
Yeah. What he had when he wrote that fucking review.
So, yeah, in January of 19. Oh, I see. It's just.
No, you don't have to say it. Seductive.
Yeah, I was going to say that felt a bit too dramatic. It's not
Yeah.
that big a deal. Actually, it could be a big deal.
It's moving
So
behind.
in January of 1985, Temple of the Sun first aired in the UK. You know, as is in the UK, we were ahead, airing the beginning of the series and way behind within a year. So we're first time we're seeing Temple of the Sun, and as a kid, you know, I just literally press play. Oh, I'm centre stage now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's quite cool.
You
So-
are Shadow Stevens, all right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you know, I am
so he
looking
can
down
vomit
upon
on
you.
him. Tyler can vomit on you when you make him fucking sick. Right
You
in
might
your
want to do
mouth.
this.
Are you punching him or whacking him off there?
No, I think you know what I'm doing.
He's putting his finger in his butthole
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, look.
with his middle finger.
Jesus.
And I want to take my fist and smash his head clean out of his ass.
Oh, hang on, can we do that? Go on, do it now.
All over me again at the bottom.
Yeah,
all over
shit,
me
Ren.
now.
Oh, now shit on Ren. Do it. Do it now. Hit him. Hit him,
Yeah,
Tyler, so we can shit right on Ren. Boom.
Oh, could have nearly. So,
Oh, that's why I kept it on loop. My bad.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All right, anecdote. Go ahead.
Nathan misses Mark with that.
Yeah, I did.
January, Temple of the Sun airs, and like when I was a kid, I'd just tape the episodes as best I could. So, you know, big chunky play and record button, play and record, start recording the episode finishes. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go back and watch it. So I rewind the tape, and then it goes beyond the 20-minute mark. And I was like, and I'm a kid, so I'm like, goes beyond a little by about another 20 minutes. And I thought, I must have recorded another episode before. And I start playing, and I was like, oh, that weekend, this was a Monday, on the Saturday, this was 1985. Again, films didn't come out, especially the film I'm about to mention, with, you know, on VHS very quickly, and they weren't really available. You'd have to, you know, rent them and all this shit. So my dad's friend on the Saturday had lent him a pirate copy of this rather famous film called Star Wars. So my dad was like, oh, I get to watch this Star Wars film. This is 85, so you think that's quite a ways, but, you know. So I taped over a chunk of my dad's friend's Star Wars, his only copy of Star Wars that was doing the rounds. with a fucking episode of He-Man. And I said to my dad, "Oh, can I keep the tape?" My dad was like, "No, I've got to return it to Barry." And like, he had to return the tape and go, "My son recorded He-Man over like it literally," and it was. I'm not joking. I don't know. I have to go back and check, but I distinctly remember you get to the bit when it's like, "Obi-Wan Kenobi, you know, I need your help," the hologram, and then it just cuts to He-Man. You know, just...
That's
like,
So you recorded
no.
Temple of the Sun over Star Wars?
Yep.
That's fucked up, man.
God.
It's better than
I didn't get massive trouble because I didn't get massive trouble because my dad said, "Well, it is a good episode, so I see why you've done it." He didn't say that,
sorry
don't
for you.
worry.
There's no way your dad said that.
No, of course he didn't. But yeah, unfortunately, taped over what felt like the only pirated copy of Star Wars in the UK. And I was just like, because it was one of those tapes that was doing the rounds of like my dad's friends and his work colleagues and stuff. Everybody was watching this Star Wars, and I just broken the chain.
It could have. Well, that's easily fixed though. One of the other friends already had a copy. He could just lend theirs out and start the whole cycle.
No, it didn't work like that. No one. It was like a pirate tape, and it was this was when a VHS machine was you rented it because you couldn't just buy one. It was so bloody expensive.
Oh,
and to have two to do tape to tape, that was like a late 80s, early 90s kind of pleasure where you're like, I've got two VHS recorders, I can play and record. Start editing your own tapes. Glory. I've still got a few of those actually up over there.
You really fucked that up then.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I think I was going to say the only other thing about Nepthu, obviously before we all, I guess, primarily you guys trash him, is I mentioned before on the podcast, and for anybody who never heard the fact before, that his design, Michael Swanigan designed the character, because originally they were going to have Nepthu as the old bum, as we called him, the Joe Amato.
I heard that in the presentation.
Oh yeah, he's got the image with the cape. There we go. Yeah, that was the original Nepthu design.
That's
Not the red eyes.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
With the red eyes. So that was, I think that was Fred. Was that Fred Carrillo who did that? Yes, Fred Carrillo's style. Who did the Golden Books? If you know, Fred Carrillo did the.
I wonder why they didn't
books.
go with that. That's a shame.
Yeah, because like Swanigan decided to do the. He did the storyboards, and like I've said before on this podcast, like Swanigan loves kind of putting his little gimmicks in there, and so he did Rama-Tut, Kang the Conqueror from Marvel Comics. He literally just based the design on Kang the Conqueror. It's if you look at Rama-Tut, who was the earlier a descendant or a time traveled version of Kang. But,
I mean, it is Kang. Like it's before he became Kang.
Before he became Kang.
Yeah.
And what they did was like they saw that, and I think the character design artists were like, well, this is blatantly Rama-Tut, so let's just kind of tidy him up slightly. So they kind of took away a bit of the detail, made him look a little less like Rama-Tut. But I think the end result still, there you go. The end result, he even had the little black goatee kind of thing, which obviously they removed from the.
Which that's a nice touch.
Look.
I do like the goatee adds an extra look. I don't know, it just makes him. I don't know.
But I always like the character. Like I said, I think this episode is. I'm not going to deny it. It's steeped in nostalgia for me, not because of the Star Wars incident, as we'll call it, but because I just really always grew up loving this episode. It was one of those that I always had on VHS, literally always. So, well, aside from when I didn't because of Star Wars, but had it on VHS from around about '88 onwards, and
it's kind of like your Jason Takes Manhattan.
There you go. It's something that's close to your heart because you've had it in your possession for a while, and a
lot of other people, or like Tyler, just shit all over and be like, "That sucks."
Yeah,
I like Jason Takes Manhattan.
No, he's talking about the comparison, not
the
Jason.
comparison to it, Tyler. Jesus fuck, man.
Tyler's an edge, right?
He's just like on the defensive about everything. Why? No, man. No,
well, because Jason Takes Manhattan is better than Temple of the Sun. I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm saying
that wasn't. I don't think that was Nathan's point.
I know what you meant. I know what you said. And I know what you said. I know what you said. I know what both of you said. And James is still wrong.
All right.
I had a question.
I do appreciate because I missed the days of pirated tapes, though.
What you guys think about like you called him a bum character? I always thought he was like searching for.
Yeah, he was a man that was like on a quest.
Not just wandering around the desert. He's crying for water because he's killing
Yeah,
himself looking for this thing. That's what
he's
I
not a
always...
homeless guy that ended up in the Sahara.
Yeah.
You know, he's someone that's gone searching for
Yeah,
the temple of the
that's
sun.
what I thought, and I wanted to clear that up. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a case of his quest comes to an end, and then he gets that power, and obviously absolute power corrupts, and it becomes the Rama Tut knockoff. But I like I say, I like the episode. But in terms of when the classics figure was announced, even I, as a Temple of the Sun fan, was like, huh, because I'm thinking all these characters, as we've talked about before, Dushan and I will always go on about Malaxa. It's like how he has never been a figure blows my fucking mind. Literally, like a recurring character in the series, like 4 appearances, I think. The fact that he never has never got an action figure, but one-shot heroes and villains have. Koldar, I mean, Koldar. You know, and that's, I mean, I can't stand Koldar anyway, but like how he got an action figure before Malaxa, how, you know, Chakotay and Mask, obviously. It's like, of course they're going to get figures because they were popular characters. Granamir, of course, you know, Scorpio, obviously, technically, you know, Filmation. And it's all these characters. I get why they became figures, but Nepthu, if he would be in like outside of my top 30 probably characters that need to be an action figure in classics. If I was to think about all the Filmation characters, all the great Filmation characters, it's like, where would I'd be like, yeah, he's way down there. He's probably like, you know, just below him are like Hovar and Justin from Just Search for the VHO or something. It's just like way down.
I wouldn't even want figures of those guys.
You say that, but then they've got the action feature. I don't know what the action feature is, but imagine an amazing action feature.
No, I can't. Oh. No.
You know, it used to be so much fun. You're no fun anymore.
Well, you're no fun at all. What the hell's wrong with you? Have you been bought and paid for some shit?
Well, speaking of...
Hey, buy the latest thing.
Are you supporting Nightlick's channel or something like that on his page?
They don't trust me enough to shill these days, unfortunately.
God, man. I thought I knew James. I used to revere you back in the days of the episode reviews.
No, never do that. Never revere me.
I'm like, this guy knows what he's talking about.
But
this
even
guy's
back
pointing out
then,
stuff.
he gave it a positive review.
I did.
Well, as we've come to notice, Tyler doesn't pay attention to a lot of things, but Ren has finished the episode Temple of the Sun. So, Ren, is it trash or is it trash?
I'm gonna give it a yellow, man.
What?
It's sexy. It's almost sexy trash. It didn't bother me. There was a couple of things that obviously were really, really trash. Like they're fighting the stone beasts, the rock beasts, and He-Man is like, "Come on, cat, let's dispatch these rock monsters." And He-Man is doing this, origami, weird mushy thing, and Battle Cat's just over there going, "Marr! Marr!" And I'm like, dude, Battle Cat didn't do shit. Like, he didn't do anything. Like, why are you here? And Man at Arms there was no need for him to be there. The only thing he did was kind of hold the Scorpion, and then they gave this whole glass lesson, and
in the heat of battle.
Yeah, it's a weird episode because there's really no purpose. Mm-hmm. Nobody does anything in the episode. Like, nobody really does anything. But I think the premise was good enough where the idea kind of carries it over halfway for me. Yeah, that's why I put it in the yellow.
Well, out of 10, what would you give it?
Out of maybe a 6.5.
There we go.
God, you guys have been brainwashed. You guys are drinking the Kool-Aid, all of y'all are.
But Ren has a good point. He says that the premise, the character itself, the aura around it would be strong enough to make a good episode. So let's go ahead, a better episode, I should say. I'm not going to say
absolutely.
Very.
I mean, there's a lot of potential in this story.
So let's take the potential.
Did not do it correctly.
And let's come up with something that would overall with everybody, make it.
Why is he smiling?
Make it
Why is he
better. I don't know.
Because now it's time to make things better.
Yes,
See, I didn't
imagine,
actually.
imagine if Nepthu was Snake Man.
I hate that idea. That's stupid.
Yeah.
That's unoriginal. It's lazy, and he's got that fucking snake, like Snake Man man arms, or like the face from like the Snake Royal Guard figure that Classics put out. It's just lazy. It's sloppy.
Well, let's give some
Joe
context.
ran away. Well done, Tyler. You chased him off.
Well, he probably because he went and bought the damn figure and wants to show it off because he's like,
Maybe
I hate this figure, but I bought it.
Maybe that's what he's gonna do to give some context to this. Why this was even mentioned is because whose card back is it that this is presented on with the Origins line?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm sorry, I've not been keeping up.
Yeah, I think Deucen showed it to me like in our group message, but I have no idea.
I remember Origins. They released the Prince Adam and He-Man set at San Diego Comic-Con. That's as far as I got with Origins, I think. It was like a Prince Adam mini comic version, a He-Man mini comic version.
I remember having so much hope because I was at the beach when I got that news. God. I thought, okay, this is going to be great.
I was like,
was I let down?
Like looking toy line, like those kind of designs. I was like, oh, this is going to be new and exciting. And then it was just like, what's the direction of this line? It was literally like Mattel has a load of stuff and it's just throw it at the wall and see what. Oh, we'll do that next. Oh, we'll do Koldar. Yeah, Koldar's due a figure. Koldar's not due a figure.
Right away, the accuracy. Right, those initial figures, the accuracy of those was just lackluster. Like they were doing the DC Comics Prince Adam, that just didn't match the design. Like they just put on the blue vest and with gold stripes and called it a day. Like whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, it's so that was the last time I really like invested in Origins. I saw some Origins figures at PowerCon in 2019. Like Mattel had done a rather nice display, and I was like, oh, I can see, the. I tell you what, I was really invested in mini comic Triclops. I was like, oh, a Mark Texera mini comic Triclops. I want to own that. And then I saw the figure, and I was like, what happened?
Once again, the accuracy was shit.
It made me do a cry.
And what's worse is that they were putting up a choice between.
Oh, it was Mossman. I started to say Mossman, but
who are these characters? Like, wait,
it's an homage, James. An homage.
Why is Mossman dressed like Beastman? I get that
he's wearing the weapons pack armor.
Yeah, but that wasn't for Mossman. That was just like a Beastman gimmick.
I guess I don't know if that's Axel doing that or someone Mattel's like, here, do this.
Why is Nepthu a snake man? What?
I've seen this like way before this. Like someone I don't know if fans just got together and thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if he was like a priest for the Snake Man or some shit?
Snake. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't connect.
No,
the
it doesn't. It's just stupid fan fiction.
They're making that character though, aren't they?
I'm sure maybe at some point, but I know Axel likes to work in random characters into a lot of his like card art that he does, and I'm sure that was like something he saw, liked it, and just.
I will say this. I do like the color scheme of the Cobra Khan guy. I do like the red and purple, but I don't understand who's that. Is that Cobra Khan?
No,
it's like Cobra Khan with like
no, it's
Lady Slither's body.
It's Khan Cobra.
Khan Cobra. It's not, is it?
Nah.
Original character, don't steal.
It's just yeah. I don't even want to talk about it, but no, that's not Cobra Khan.
I was just saying, Joe probably do a battle armor version of it.
Yeah.
Coming soon to PowerCon.
Yeah.
Joe Amato Custom Creations battle armor.
Yeah.
Con Cobra.
Whatever. Yeah. He allows fans to give it their own name. But yeah.
And then Mattel will go and steal it.
Yeah. And then say the name wrong when they're interviewed by Pixel Dan.
Indeed.
What is going on? I feel like I've missed a whole chunk of the narrative there. Like, even James from 1996 is perplexed. James from 1996. What do you think? No, that's Hulk Hogan. I've turned it to Tyler. Oh my god, no!
Well, let's take Nepthu and let's talk some shitty fan fiction, right? What can we do with this character to
Well,
flesh him out a
if you
little
want
bit?
I've got one.
if you want shitty fan fiction, then Neptune is actually this really repressed homosexual man who's in love with He-Man.
No. All right, James, what do you got?
Right, so Nepthu, here we go, flavor of the month. He's able to traverse the multiverse because that is a concept.
God.
No, that's my point.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and mute James. I guess we were right. Nightlit probably reached
give it to
out before
Tyler.
the show.
Tyler,
Did
like I
that
said,
for shitty fanfic.
but no,
You
but
mute-
Tyler
mute
is the
him
one who
too.
Tyler despises this the
Not
most.
Ren, but him.
We should hear what
Wherever
Tyler
he's
has
at.
to say.
Where are those guys?
Yeah.
Whoever they are.
Yeah, the Uncle Reuben, mute his ass.
Tyler, make it better. This is, I mean, you despise this fucking episode and everything. So
Yeah, what do you got, Tyler? What do you got?
Joy's drinking.
Oh, water.
Draw him to alcohol, Tyler.
Just
He's drinking vodka in a Kroger bottle.
there you go.
Yeah, no calories. I'm drinking it too.
All right, Tyler.
I got
what do you
He-Man on here too. All right. Well, Rebecca, you got anything? Ren, you guys got any ideas before?
They could toss the whole thing. I mean, it's decent, but I don't know. I have no idea. I just watched it, so I don't know. I mean,
yeah. Ren's the newer guy on the block.
Yeah, but he's got an
I just
opinion about
watched it.
everything.
I do. I'm certain I have an opinion about whatever you pull out of your ass.
Oh, I'm sure that you will. So will James. So will Deucen. Maybe Rebecca
shall
and Joe
see.
agree with me. Maybe they may tell me I need to just go to hell.
Well, we'll start with the basics then. Before you really deep dive on what you would do, are you keeping the kind of the look of Nepthu, the Egyptian theme? Or
The
are you
Egyptian
kind
look's what stays. The hobo goes. There is no hobo. It is strictly Nepthu from the very
How
beginning.
is he going to keep his clothing intact if he's wandering through the desert for God knows how much?
I scrap the story, but keep Temple of the Sun. I keep Nepthu, and I play. I
But
work from
nobody
that.
knows where the Temple of the Sun is.
Yeah. So how does he? How does he get there?
That is where one of my
holding
ideas
its
comes
own.
in.
Okay, so how does he get there? How does he discover
it's-
whatever?
My idea is that
How does he wash his clothing?
Graham, stop. Let the man talk.
all right, is that the Temple of the Sun goes way back, even like the days of like the House of Darkness. Like the Temple of the Sun is like where people. It's like the Church of Hope, I guess you could say. You go worship at the Temple of the Sun because the sun is light, hope. House of Darkness on the dark side of Eternia is like where Chakotay's at. It's almost like they're like opposing faiths almost. This is like when Chakotay's like still alive. She's not a ghost, an entity, or anything like that. I'm just saying that's how far back the Temple of the Sun goes. So like we come into modern days, and Nepthu, I have him like as like a priest in the Temple of the Sun who's a very greedy man and manipulates his way into leading, the Temple of the Sun, and eventually becomes a monarch through that, through manipulation, through fear, almost like using faith and religion, not like as we know it, but in the world of Eternia, like when you go to the Temple of the Sun, you're there to worship the sun or whatever it might be. That he rules through that by how people will listen to an evangelist and be convinced that if you don't do this, you will be condemned. If you follow me, you give to me, and allow me to rule. It just becomes a very greedy monarch through that, and he's got his own elite guard, which look like he has when he says he wants a guard. Like his guard should look like an Anubis warrior, like a big warrior with like an Anubis helmet on him. And like an elite guard that have like in the movie Stargate. That's just something that kind of gives people like an idea of what I'm talking about. Like Raw's guards have like those helmets.
I love those.
And here, Nathan. I'll send you a couple samples real quick.
So all of that in a single episode.
That's the first minute.
No, yeah.
Does he also have his own TV channel?
Off,
he does his televangelist show.
I'm enjoying this. I want to hear the rest of the episode. This 5-part episode. I want to hear.
Okay, all right.
Donate people of Eternia. Donate money.
Not like that. Mute his fucking ass.
I can't. I can only like if I hit mute, then he can like where he keeps himself muted.
Tyler, continue. I'm enjoying this.
All right. He's not literally like a bullshit evangelist. I'm just saying. I'm playing off the idea that the Temple of the Sun was a place of worship.
Yep.
Nepthu was a priest that worked his way up through manipulation, cheated, killed, and worked his way up to being a monarch to where everyone worships him now, as opposed to the Temple of the Sun, that he uses the scarab to scare the shit out of people and actually create a kingdom out of it, much like, and I know Rebecca will appreciate this, like Mayax and Beastmaster. He is taking over and ruling through religion. And see, his number one general should look like this guy. Not like exactly. A furry? No.
Oh my god.
And then this could be like an elite guard, which would give him reason to abduct Zoar the Falcon. When he sees this mystic bird, captures it, I could see one of his clerics tell him, like, this bird is a symbol of great power on this planet. We do not know where, but we'll research, and once we figure out, we'll make a connection. It just gives him more ambition, more desire to, like, this bird is a symbol of power. I must have this power. Like, it's not enough to roll over these people, which is separated from, like, Eternos. It's much like in Operon in Tales of Two Cities. Like, this is a kingdom that's so far away. It's far removed from He-Man, from the rule and eye of King Randor. Knows nothing of Castle Grayskull. That's how far removed this is. Why these people have been duped into following this asshole who's just using the sun, essentially, to, scare them and roll them in sacrifices. I'm not saying you have to go that deep with it, but I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of...
Not like Mayax where he's throwing children into the...
No, we don't need to go that dark with it. I mean, but I'm not thinking like it's Filmation, but that's kind of my idea. I mean, if I was doing it today, you could probably insinuate it.
Angry televangelist with an army of
furries. Kids.
So I'm laughing at Dushan. I was enjoying that, but it's just Dushan summarizing that.
See, Dushan's just got to come in there, drop trowel, and just take a nice soft serve Dairy Queen shit all over. That's what he does. He's Slovenian. He's always pissed off about something.
Well, the whole thing too is not just taking the one episode. You could play.
I'm building a backstory for this character that this is an Egyptian warlord, a pharaoh, a very evil man.
You can make it a two-parter.
Egypt is on Earth.
What?
Egypt is on Earth. You said
well,
Egypt.
He's not.
I think he's.
He's just being an asshole. That's what he's doing right now.
You.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Problem.
He knows there's no actual Egypt on the planet
Eternia. Not
Eternia.
on the dark side of Eternia. Dark side of Eternia is this giant swamp of a continent. She's in a desert.
Now. Are you done?
Yes.
Thank you. So anyway, that's just setting up that that instead of
what happens in the episode. That's what I want to get to. What you've done the backstory.
Right, so I would tie this in of like why he captures over the Falcon, because he just does it by blind luck. There's no meaning behind it at all.
So how does he know that she's special?
I thought he was done.
Well, no. Like I think
I'm getting to that point. I'm getting to.
You motherfuckers are crazy. I'm just dying over here just how you're ripping each other.
He's being an asshole.
He's not talking about you. He's talking about dude.
No, I'm talking about the Slavic. So anyway, he captures Zoar the Falcon. It's just a sign of like, I can do whatever I want, people. I can have anything. I'm going to spread,
I could have a chicken sandwich.
He's not Joe Amato.
I hit mute on him. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'll time this out because eventually he'll have to come back in here and he won't shut the fuck up. Thank you. All right. So anyway, he captures over the Falcon, and his clerics will tell him that this is a bird of great power. They don't know exactly what, But that all that does is trigger the idea that I must have this power. Like he gets a little too overzealous for his own, like he's clearly not Skeletor, he's not Hordak, he's not King Hiss, but all he hears is this is a source of great power. We got to figure out what this is, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to spread my kingdom and spread the power of the Temple of the Sun with the Scarab. Excuse me. And obviously Zoar communicates through He-Man that she's been kidnapped, and she would not be portrayed so poorly in this episode where she just chews on her and just gets away and he brings her back. Like she needs to be turned, much like how Skeletor captures her in the mini comic version. I mean, she's turned to, I think, a crystal bird at that point, so she becomes obsolete. She can't do anything. So that's why you really have to rely on her telepathic link with He-Man to get He-Man to venture all this way out to this kingdom that is the Temple of the Sun's the center at. You could probably even bring Malak into it to give He-Man a backstory on what the Temple of the Sun is, what its purpose was, that it was a place of great wealth, and people prospered, they were happy, they believed in good things, and be unaware that this priest has worked his way up the ranks and is now not a priest but a pharaoh, a very evil pharaoh.
I'm going to pull a Ren and ask a question here. So with the story that you've set up with that, and I'm not going to be an asshole about it like Deucin is, but if you're saying that he's unaware, but also saying at the same time that he's manipulating all these people, how would this fly under the radar for so long? Shut up, Deucin. I can mute him again.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Because, but just like the idea, like Queen Belina and Garn, they think He-Man's a legend. So as far as they know, if they've even heard of He-Man, they're so far removed, which is why this man has been able to use the Temple of the Sun to his own purposes.
There's another problem with that. If that place is so far removed, what the fuck was Zor doing there?
It's a big planet she surveys over.
But it's far removed.
Look at Deucin trying to find logic of mileage here.
So I've enjoyed Tyler's backstory for this character and the premise of, but the thing I want to ask is what's the plot of the episode? Because surely it's technically the same rescue Zor. It becomes the same, in essence. I guess it's the stages that you get to that.
At least my idea.
You've made a far more interesting character. I don't deny that at all. You've made a far more interesting villain because you're giving him this backstory, assuming, like you say, if you use Malakthra in the story, you can enable him to, without it feeling like Exposition City, you can have him narrate as they're flying in the Wind Raider or something, be like, oh, many years ago, blah, 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 and talking about this whole thing, and you're like, oh, there's our backstory to the character, and it makes it a far more interesting villain. But like I say, the problem is as soon as you get to Temple of the Sun, it's like, let's punch some rock monsters or big monsters or whatever.
That's why there would be no rock monsters. That's why he sees it as like, my elite guard wear these bird helmets. This great bird has been, I've captured this great bird. This bird will lead my forces to this great power when they find out it's Castle Grayskull. What's Castle Grayskull? Well, I don't know. You know what? I'll take it. I will capture it. It will be mine. I will expand my empire. Like he's just doing it blindly because he's a greedy man of power. He doesn't know what the extent of it is. He just sees it as like, I got to have this because he just become this greedy ass pharaoh. And it is become a rescue mission where He-Man would go in, fight the elite guards, fight the general. A fun little thing I thought about is that you only become a general or an elite guard if you sacrifice your tongue to Nepthu. Is that
this sounds a bit?
That sounds a little dark.
Well, in a sense that these guys cannot challenge his word. That they are.
I like that.
That's the only reason is that you were given wealth, women, fortunes, but to pledge your undying devotion to me, remove your tongue because you can never question my judgment, my commands, my thoughts. But they're mute. They don't say anything.
I understand
that,
but I think you'd have trouble getting that into the Filmation episode. It's like, why are they mute? And it's like, well, he took away their tongues. Like,
well, not literally saying that. No. It's I'm just saying for context. If all of us were like Filmation staff, this would be what I would throw out to kind of build up, and then you kind of work your way around the graphics.
That would be a cool backstory to it that you don't need to explain in the show, but whenever adult fans like us ask, then they find out it's like, oh, that's cool.
It's a very good thing that at Filmation there was a psychiatrist.
All right, go ahead, Ren. What's your question?
Okay, so I had a bit of a a question about if Nepthu finds out through his generals that the bird is a symbol of power for this place, and they find out that it's Castle Grayskull. Why wouldn't they leave to go search Castle Grayskull instead of having He-Man come to them? It would be a better meeting of He-Man and this villain if he attacked Eternia because of following this power, like you were saying. Like,
well, I'm thinking along the lines of this would not be a one-shot deal. This would be setting him up to come back. Like he becomes consumed with this idea that this bird is associated with the greatest power on this planet. So He-Man will rescue Zoar, and they make their getaway. But it leaves Nepthu like hunger. Like, what does this bird mean? Like, I'm not going to stop until I figure out what this bird is about, what it's connected to, and what is this Castle Grayskull? Like, what does this mean? And then you have
that in that episode. You do that in that same episode. Like, is that the last 10 minutes of the episode?
Well, the last 10 minutes would be the rescue of getting Zoar out of her crystal form, Malakta being like Indiana Jones and He-Man teaming up, and getting out of the Temple of the Sun with Zoar. And then Nepthu is left thinking, like, I never did figure out what this was about, and I'm not going to stop until I do. So you get to set him up to come back in future episodes about, asking around, trying to work or figure out where is Castle Grayskull, like, what is it? And obviously it's too much for...
So how do they turn Zor from Crystal? How do they turn her back to normal?
That part I haven't really thought about.
All right, and Tyler, I have a serious question. If really I jump in because I've been real quiet, but now as you know, like the Scarab. Now you said you'd have Nepthu in that form as we see him, in the powered up form all the time. Now, would you have him be like somebody that has the source of unlimited power with that Scarab, or would you kind of eliminate that ultimate power that he has? Because remember, when that Scarab's destroyed, he turns back into the Feeble. Like, how would you handle that?
I would. It's almost like it could do stuff, but not to what everyone thinks it can, because he's ruling through fear. To the level that was like in this.
It's
like, because I'm like, this guy needs to be. My whole purpose, at least for my idea, and actually this kind of came from James's when we a couple episodes back when he brought up the Rama Tut character, and that's what kind of made me think about doing this whole thing. Was that it's more about him being a really bad person, and that the Scarab
and a good basically a good one-off great evil warrior that's powerful, but not uber powerful.
No, because I kind of feel like you don't need someone on the same level as Skeletor. Like, I want him to always be at the top.
That's what I was going to say. You were going to ground him to where.
And that's why I feel like this character is going to go after something that he clearly doesn't have an idea about, like the stakes. Like you're a priest. You're an evil, manipulative priest.
Well, I kind of think that's what works. Is essentially he's a fraud. He puts up a front, and he has the Scarab that can do things, but people come to him to in times of need or like to worship, and he just takes from them. That's where his power comes from. But he's kind of overall a fraud.
Well, the funny thing is, what you're saying is it kind of nicely ties into when the Temple of the Sun makes its third appearance in the series in Trouble's Middle Name, because in that episode, people go to the Temple of the Sun, and they're these two random guys who suddenly work there. Like, they're working at the local supermarket. They suddenly work there, and people go to get blessed with. They kind of, I want to be made healthy again, and they get the power of the sun, and it's through the sunstone. It's like a complete weird episode in the sense that it ignores the previous two, but I think that would be really cool in the sense of everybody believes that Nepthu is some sort of, like, you go back to kind of a healer, and it's actually not really true. So a lot of his stuff is kind of somewhat fraudulent.
Yeah, like how Mayax has the people in the Beastmaster thinking that I want your children. Give me your children. He's just bullshitting the people, but they're afraid of him. They're afraid of what he'll do to them, because he clearly has done things to prove that don't fuck with me. Yeah. I will bless you. You abide by me, just like with his royal guard. I'll give you whatever, but you have to sacrifice to me. It's just it's building up that this character is not to be a bum, a guy that stumbles upon, like as you all said, like he's clearly looking for the sun or the scarab. I always want to call it the sun scarab, but I wanted to make him a threat from the very beginning. That this guy has took a lot of time to get where he's at by tricking people and using their beliefs against them, to become this very evil man. And I'd like to make him like somewhat formidable with He-Man in hand-to-hand combat, because someone who looks like that, you'd like to see him go one-on-one in a sword fight with him.
Yeah, and by taking away that scarab and its unlimited power and just having him be an evil warrior that, yes, have schemes and plots where he's trying to have something accomplished, but then, yes, they'd be foiled and failed. It brings him back and he could be reused then. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in one episode, he gets bitten by a snake and he becomes a snake.
No!
Oh, God.
Why'd you have to do that shit, James?
Wait. Him and Man-at-Arms both. And then,
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Up until now, I was out of the episode, so I'm back in. Snake fight, we're good.
Him and the snake shit.
And it turns out, too, that the scarab has been used so much that over time, it ends up being the forefront of creating this technovirus.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why are you ruining this? Jesus Christ.
Hey, Tyler.
And
it's like poetry so that it rhymes.
Now let's get hot and bothered.
And
Listen
then the gates of the multiverse open wide.
Yeah, there we go.
Here we go.
And this is where it goes back to my earlier point. Nepthu traverses the multiverse. And just like the
all
most
along.
recent multiverse movie we've seen, it's going to blow the
Anyone know
doors
where I
off the
can
box
get a
office.
good Hangman's news right now?
As seriously as I can, Tyler, I want to say honestly, I feel like the first half of your story is extremely well thought out. I don't think we have an ending.
I haven't really come up with one. It was pretty much like honoring the mini comic and the idea that Zoar is captured. He-Man has to come rescue her, but to essentially just kind of set this whole thing up to make Nepthu a more legitimate villain, not a guy who just for a day gets to do stuff that no one's aware of. He just does it by accident, essentially.
I don't know if Zoar needs to get captured by a fake sorcerer. It makes her seem weaker than she is. I know she's out there.
Well, and I felt like that's how she's portrayed. But I feel like the sorceress too, because there's always an imbalance with the characters, the way they're written in Filmation. Sometimes, like Orko is really, as we've all discussed here, Orko looks like a complete buffoon sometimes, and other times he comes off like he knows what he's doing right there on the spot. Skeletor is the same way. So it's pretty much just served as a plot device to get He-Man into the story to fight Nepthu, but it would not have to be specifically like honoring what they'd done before.
I like what you were kind of hinting at with the ending. I get what Ren's saying too, but to temporarily captured this bird and not know anything of it, I think works to the strength of the character of knowing deep down inside he's kind of a fraud that's manipulating all these people, but he sees this and this presents something greater and actual true power to make him make him
well, in my mind, like just like in the episode, he just takes the Falcon and just says, I'll make this a symbol. Like Sight Unseen has no idea. He just thinks it's a random bird. And that's kind of like he's out there screaming at the people, you will make your offerings to me. Otherwise, I will enslave your children. Your wives.
How they make shit up anyway of like, well, hey, this is evil. You should all think it's evil too, right? To kind of stir with everybody. Now you can see what you're doing.
It's just a random moment, and then that's when his cleric's like, sir, I'm just letting you know this bird is a great source of power. Like, we don't know, but you captured something that we're like you should be quite proud that you just captured this. This is a great deal for you. And it just inflates his ego, and that's where he just becomes like, because he's an idiot.
He turns into Tyler Baker.
Yes, and it just gets swollen and more swollen and more swollen.
Right, and just TV channel and starts his televangelist career.
And then
I'll be healing people at PowerCon all over the place for our donation, of course.
Yeah, this is basically just turning into a backstory for Tyler to kind of start his own thing.
Yeah, because when I write villains, I can't do a good job unless I see myself as the bad guy.
Oh my god,
Nathan, get the scissors, chop off that tongue.
Yeah. If we all get to PowerCon and you're like, well, why aren't anyone else talking, it's just Tyler, then you know what's going on. We presented this idea right here.
Yeah. I thought everyone else would kind of have like a backstory or something like that. I didn't mean for me to be the only person.
No, well,
I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait to hear this.
Everyone hunker down on this one.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Jason, what do you got?
Okay,
Keep it
so
clean, by the way.
No,
Keep
no,
it clean.
It's clean. Nepthu can be a corrupt priest that's been exiled from a kingdom that somewhere located near the Temple of the Sun. Somewhere it's still not discovered yet. He spends who knows how much time finding it, and he finally finds the temple, gets the scarab, gets the power up. And then what he does is he goes back to the kingdom from which he was exiled. He swiftly starts taking over, and the king of that kingdom, that city-state, sends out an emissary to get help from Eternus, from Kingdom of Eternia, from King Randor, because they're allies. And then He-Man is sent to rescue the kingdom, and once there he frees the king and fight against Neptune and his he could have like an army of living sand creatures or something. Nevertheless, after the battle, once Neptune is defeated, Neptune manages to escape, and he vows to discover the source of He-Man's power, because he recognizes that there's something to this guy, that he's not just a mortal, that there's something greater than the power of the Temple of the Sun. And there you have a setup for another episode.
That was well thought up. That sounded really good.
That was well too.
I mean, taking that, being exiled, and then plotting the revenge to come back and sweep through, that's another, and that gives you that angle to, that's why He-Man would show up and be there to begin.
Yeah.
With zero tongues cut.
Zero tongues cut.
Both really good ideas. I think the other way you could work it too, and this is probably a shit idea as well, but Tyler was talking about like Temple of the Sun and the worshiping here, but you also have like that darker side. You could also just swing into that, go into the darker side, maybe find a way to work it in more of the idea that Tyler has always brought up that I always thought was cool, is maybe working more of like the voodoo doctor angle and kind of having I never really thought it through of like how you would set up an episode, but it could be a way, like instead of Temple of the Sun, we could change it back to that. I guess the name Nepthu doesn't really work in regards to that character archetype, but
maybe his cleric is a witch doctor, but he only meets with him in private because that desecrates the image of being. You know,
Joe will appreciate this one. What if we make it like a Halloween 5 deal, right? So we take part of
oh my god,
take part of Deucen's idea where he was a part of the Temple of the Sun in the church. He's been exiled, but essentially kind of left for dead, but maybe just set out to essentially starve to death somewhere, and he is found by like a voodoo doctor who takes him in, and we could do a Halloween 5. There you go, Joe.
You're looking for Temple of the Sun? I am too looking for the Temple of the Sun. We should join the forces. By the way, I am voodoo priest. What do you do?
I was trying to find a picture of my custom. I did make a voodoo priest. I called him Juju. He was a voodoo priest, and I can't find a picture.
That.
Juju,
it was actually. Shut up, you fucker! But it was actually a pretty cool and custom. But I'm on my newer laptop that John and Rebecca got me, so they ain't got my old photos on there. So they went my cheap plug. So no, all good ideas. But hey, if you want, we could get questions from the chat.
Well, what's your idea, Joe? We didn't.
I got no idea. I'm a moron.
What about Rebecca? Rebecca may have an idea that she wants.
Well,
to share.
Earlier she was like,
"Oh, that's right. I forgot."
Yeah. That's Wicket from the Ewok movie, remember?
Oh yes, yeah. Yeah.
So Joe, your idea for Neptune is basically He-Man confronts him, and Neptune goes, "I don't know, I'm a moron."
Yeah, that's it, pretty much. I ain't got no ideas. But no, those were all great, what you guys said
I feel
there.
like Joe's got something. He's just too afraid.
No, No, I don't. I really don't. I
likes
don't.
to
I
smack.
don't.
I understand
He
you,
likes
Joe.
to
Piss
spank
off.
me, and he's just not telling us.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, God, don't
because
piss-
he'll be buying it, doing a review for it, and saying how much he hates it. But then,
No.
Here's Joe's idea. Nepthu and his harem of very naked ladies.
Oh, that's the idea.
I can see that. I honestly believe Joe that has absolutely no ideas.
No, I don't.
None
If I had a cricket noise right now,
about anything.
we do need a cricket noise for this podcast.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
work on it.
yeah.
I'm gonna say like Tyler's idea is fantastic. Deucin also had a fantastic idea too. You could go with either of those. I think that would work out. Though I would say I think Tyler's idea to flesh it out a little more probably would work best as a two-parter, and then with that find a way later on.
My whole thing with from my part was just to make Nepthu more of an interesting villain.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty much like I wanted to try and keep the idea, much like how the mini comic kind of does the same thing, but it was really just more about making Nepthu a memorable character as opposed to just a guy who found a weapon, used it for a day, and now he's back to watering plants in the evergreen forest. I mean, it was just such a does anyone want to see Chakotay watering flowers, Negator watering flowers?
Yeah, I kind of didn't like how it ended. Like
it was
satisfied with just that now.
And I'm picturing James like when he's doing on his episode reviews, like going, I like it, watering flowers. I have an idea.
I was just busting one off.
It's either being a botanist or a televangelist.
I guess so.
Well, I mean, the way that the Temple of the Sun ended anyway, with just being content of having the scarab there reformed and it's watering flowers, I'm like,
all glued together.
Did this dude did they give him a lobotomy and then before he?
That's what I kind of felt when at the end. It was like he was just like blah.
Yeah, it's just such a forced it's just a forced happy ending that makes no sense.
And then a character comes in that looks remarkably like a Native American, puts a pillow over his head, and then goes out of the window.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, he picks up that water fountain that's watering all this and throws it out. But he chews juicy fruit gum on his way out.
Yeah, spoilers for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
You fooled him, Chief. You fooled him. No one knows. Does anyone know what we're talking about?
We're too cultured for the general public.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's
way too cultured for me, for sure.
I ain't never seen it.
If you've never watched One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, please go watch it.
Oh my
never
God!
Seen it.
Go watch it. It's good.
Nope, never seen it. Never seen it.
That sounds like a terrible movie.
Everybody's in that movie.
You are.
Oh my God! It is one of the most star-studded casts, like of hell of any.
They were
film.
famous, a lot of them.
That doesn't make it good.
No, it's good, man.
Oh, see, yeah, this would be one of those movies where Ren's like
Tyler hyping it up, saying it's good. I'm telling you, it's good.
Me hyping up. What the fuck,
see, that's the real reason why I probably will never watch it because Tyler's hyping it up so much. I know it's trash.
Dude, it won an Academy Award.
It's genuinely
that
good.
Listen, hey, come on.
I know
Nathan,
that's not a way to gauge anything.
Nathan,
but
fuck Academy Awards, man. Come on, man. That is not a gauge in America
back then
anymore.
It kind of was. Now some
back when. Back when?
This came out in 77, so
77, and you're telling me Academy Awards were fair back then?
75.
Yeah, it came out
the
same year as Gold.
I'll tell you something greater than that came out in 1975. Me, motherfucker. Me.
That was a bad year. That was a bad.
Like all that hype and shitting on movies just so we can sit and say I was born that year. Like that's all that was building up.
That kind of sounds like something out of the Tyler Baker playbook if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, believe me, I'm all about the year of '84. I mean, like we got Karate Kid, we got Nightmare on Elm Street, we got Terminator, we got Ghostbusters, we got the wave of He-Man with Jitsu and Fisto and Cobra Khan and Webstorm and Buzz Off and Beck and Neck and Stridor. All born the same year as me. What can I say?
Well, that doesn't mean shit because I was born the same year.
Well, but you're there. You're there. Just
oh yeah.
Just man,
and all these other things.
But it was just the sun shone brighter the day I was born.
I mean, JSP says Batman and Robin has star-studded cast and it sucks. So.
No, it didn't.
Thank you.
We all know it.
Thank you.
You just said it didn't suck.
Yeah, Tyler did say that. Must have been slip of the tongue. We'll have to cut his tongue out.
Huh? What?
Huh?
The moment you heard that it sucked, you said, "No, it didn't."
Maybe he's
I
talking
wasn't
about
talking
something
about.
else.
I was
Yeah,
talking
he
about something. I wasn't talking about Batman. See, Rebecca's
Once
listening.
again, Tyler's on another planet.
Deuce is just trying to jump on anything.
He was looking up whenever that thing popped up.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and then Ren was like, "Man, yeah, Batman and Robin, yeah."
Go legit though. Go watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It is a good.
I thought you were about to say Batman and Robin.
No, I do want to. I kind of want to get drunk and watch Batman and Robin.
No, you don't.
You get all around.
Shot every time there's an ice pun. You'll be drunk in 2 seconds.
Oh
God.
Poor Arnold.
Did you say we were taking questions?
Yeah, take some questions now.
I'll be right
Anything
back.
you guys want.
Tyler's got to go take a shit. All right. Gavin says, I have a question for everyone. Hypothetical. You're walking down the street enjoying some Pizza Express, and a genie pops out of the sewer, much like Joe Amato, asking you what lost media you want to see. What is it?
Lost media?
What's the Lon Chaney one? London After Midnight.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking cool.
I'm lost about the question. Lost media and see if anything kind of pops out to me.
Does that mean stuff that was like on TV at one time and now they just don't
Something
have
that's
it?
lost.
Not precisely. It can be that, but it can also be like a pilot episode that was never aired.
Oh, like something like that.
Oh.
Like, for example, I would like to see the unaired pilot for Star Wars Droids animated series.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So that's something that really exists, but nobody's seen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a 4-minute pilot promo.
Huh. And I mean, but how did you find? I mean, how'd you find out about it though?
I found it because there's before the show premiered, they showed a clip from that pilot, and there's a model sheet that says like that there's a model sheet of a spacecraft that says that it's for a 4-minute promo.
Wow, so it just that is kind of sad and weird stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll send you the link later, and you'll see.
Okay.
Like there's also for Star Wars Evox an unaired pilot, but that one is at least an early version of an aired episode, so that one is not so much like desirable. But Droids one is, if you ever seen the Boba Fett cartoon by the same studio, it's in that same exact style, same style of animation, same art style, and also has John Williams music, which is interesting enough.
That's awesome.
Okay, I guess for me, I mean, I don't think it's the same because I'm an idiot when it comes to these type of questions. But I mean, piss off, you fuck nut. Anyways, like Sectars, you can watch that on YouTube, but it's all grainy. But like, is there
any a bad Sectars? Cartoon?
Yeah. So I mean, is there a way to see that in crystal clear?
No, it's a bad cartoon.
No. I know. I mean, but the thing is, I've seen it, but it's like something like things I'd like to see just clear, not as grainy.
I understand that. Yeah.
It all depends if someone managed to make a really high quality TV recording.
See, that's what I guess I asked, because like, what happens? Just like those master tapes disappear, and that's that's how they just.
Those master tapes get locked up in a warehouse. Who knows where?
That sucks. Okay. Go ahead, James.
I know. I was going to say you're getting caught up in the technicality of it all, the technology. We've said already that it's a genie from the sewer who's just said to us, what is the lost media you want to find? So you don't have to worry about master tapes or
like London After Midnight, everything's destroyed. There's no prints of it left. So
but with a genie in front of
magic. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You need magic.
Well, I would like to see those clear. I mean, I honestly would like to see them clear. It's been so long. I'd like them for the put on DVD in the United States. I'd like to have, Werewolf here in the United States. That I would love to have that.
The show Werewolf.
Yeah. Because remember, I think it's like, fuck, I loved it. And I remember Tyler said he watched it on TV too. I loved watching it. And then you see that pentagram appearing on the hand. I was like, that was a goddamn awesome looking werewolf. And
I thought you said Airwolf. I don't remember saying he was hand on Airwolf.
Ernest Borgnine gets a pentagram on his hand when he goes into action.
And there's
Well, that's a
also
show.
and there's also the uncut version of Bionic 6 that's pretty much lost.
Oh,
seriously,
yeah.
Bionic 6
unedited episodes of Bionic 6 would be good.
I was going to say the Bionic 6 pilot footage that we've seen cells from as well.
Yeah,
That'd be
there's
amazing.
also that unearthed pilot for Bionic 6. There's who knows how many unearthed pilots. Like, for example, even for Masters of the Universe, there could be an extended version of that first commercial that we all.
I was
that we've
actually
all
going to bring
seen.
that up and say, does that exist where it's super clear too, or just basically what we've seen?
I
Oh,
mean,
just-
James has a transfer of the master tape, but it's all in the UK warehouse. All the film reels for Masters of the Universe. So it all depends on NBC Universal to transfer that stuff. But
Well, they keep that shit locked up.
But
You
the
know, it's
thing
like,
is-
release that. Why the fuck don't they release it? I hate they
because
lock
they're
that up.
fucking lazy. But the point is that there could be an extended version of it because we know that there's a deleted fight scene.
It was
Well, I mean,
Beastman
one of the-
in the deleted
Yeah,
scene, or who was it?
With Beastman and
Yep, see?
No, man.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, because the frustrating thing is when I used to go to the film, when I used to go to the Filmation warehouse back in the day, all that stuff was still in boxes. So technically, if someone had had the foresight, they could have got all the sequences, all the cells from the commercial, and literally reanimated it. You had the
Yeah.
cells, the backgrounds,
Well,
the cells from the
the
deleted
eBay seller
scenes.
pretty much did that, didn't he?
Say again?
The eBay seller that Joe wanted to buy a cell from, he pretty
Yeah,
much
having like
got to
he
the
had all those
storyboard.
commercial cells. Yeah.
He got the storyboards, he got the pencil drawings, the layout, the folders.
The folders.
it's
That was when we
crazy.
found out it was 81. It was like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
So
December.
frustrating.
I have one of those
Fun.
cells from the cartoon. I think I have one or two in the other room from that commercial.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's the thing about the lost media thing. Is there's so much of stuff out there that's like, oh my god, I'd love to
there's
see
Cops
that.
and unearthed pilot, for example.
Yeah, any kind of cartoon of the 80s or any like oh no, the Batman one did show up, didn't it? The Batman, the animated
Yeah, the
series.
Batman, that was on the
Blu-ray, DVD?
on the DVD set.
Yeah. Yeah, it's but yeah, I'd also say to this genie, what the fuck, why are you living in a sewer? You're a genie.
Down on his
What
luck.
a question.
He could answer if there's
Joe can relate to that, can't you, Joe?
Because
He's coming to me.
sometimes magic people eat hot dogs off the ground.
See? See?
They're men of simple needs.
I'll introduce you to that, Ren. You'll get used to it. Don't worry.
No, the hell I won't.
Don't do that.
Too, that companies now are doing a better job of finding all of those obscure horror films that have only been released on VHS and putting them out on Blu-ray, which is great because if they didn't do that, those would eventually just become lost media. So I'm glad.
Oh yeah, I just remembered there are instances where that stuff gets obtained by fans, and sometimes we can get lucky, and such
Depending
fans
on the
share the
fan.
stuff, like the Sailor Moon American version pilot
Yeah.
that was discovered and that was put on YouTube and the Internet Archive. And there's also that other Americanized anime, the Zodiac Warriors, I think it's called, something like that. The same production company as Ninja Turtles took another anime and Americanized it. And there's also in fan possession, there exists like two fans have something very valuable regarding Ulysses 31. One has a unfinished work print, a film reel of an work print for the unearthed pilot, and another has a broadcast master tape for the finished version.
Oh, I didn't know.
And now
It's
I get,
about
like, you know,
this.
what Nathan was.
Guess what? In those examples, it's at the hands of those who don't want to make it public for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then I think about what Nathan was saying about horror stuff, because like there's three in particular. Like I wish that there could have been. I know there probably was footage, and then there was lost. Was like from Friday the 13th Part 3, because we've seen the still images of Stan Winston's version of Jason unmasked in the scene where he was going to do the decapitation in that dream sequence. So like to see that
where
lost stuff.
the pig man's pecking on the window.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, but you remember? No, it's like I think you've seen the still image where he was going to decapitate Chris.
Yes, yeah.
So but we never got that, and it was a different version of him. That was Stan Winston's. It was uglier. And then, of course, the end of the final chapter. We seen the footage, but we didn't have the audio of when they seen their mother in the tub, wondering what happened there. And of course, part 7, Kane Hodder, I think, has the footage of all the extended extra gore from New Blood. Like, he has that stuff, but it's like, damn it, if somebody could, if he could get that to somebody and they could clean it up, just like Nathan was saying, oh my God, to see that stuff, because
that's another example of lost media, different cuts of movies.
Yeah,
I was going to say my favorite one in recent times was the Ghostbusters work print. That blew my mind because, like, this is my favorite movie of all time, Ghostbusters. Saw it at the cinema as a kid. I know it inside out, and then suddenly I'm given this different version with unique takes and different scenes, and it, okay, there's no music, but the whole structure of the story is different. And what it did with the work print, it's like, oh, this would have been a good film, but it makes you appreciate how the final one was put together, and you're like, oh shit, it's like all those little decisions, like the montage in the original is so different. It's more protracted. Certain scenes are in different order, and you watch
different voice for Gazer.
Yeah, you watch the work print and you just think, my God, that final version of that movie really is sublime. At least in my opinion. That's I love that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, the work print, like, you think work prints for, so much of what we grew up with, movies, cartoons, or whatever, probably are out there in warehouses just collecting dust, or as Dusan and I were saying, in the hands of
another example of a work print that's in fan possession but won't share. And this is one particularly selfish fan. It's a work print of Transformers the movie. It has some unfinished animation, and it has some deleted scenes. Like,
at the beginning? Was that the stuff at the beginning of it? Is that what you were talking about from the Transformers movie?
No, not that. That's a promo reel. That's
okay.
The promo.
Oh, okay.
This is a work print of the finished movie on the final version, but there's at least one confirmed deleted scene that's on that print that was featured on a DVD release, and that's when Decepticons retreat from out
and the camera pans towards the
Autobots running toward the fallen Optimus Prime.
I've never understood that, Dushin. I don't know why people hold on to that stuff. Like, why wouldn't you want to share that with the world to see? What makes it special for you to keep that to yourself and not let the whole world see it? I don't understand that.
Because it makes you special. You start a bidding war.
But it's just selfish and just...
It's the power, Joe.
It's selfish and shitty. It really is.
Humans are selfish, man.
It's pure selfishness. And there's this old mentality where it's like, if I share this, that'll diminish its value.
Yeah,
it'll lose the value.
You still have the fucking physical item, the physical.
It's such a weird mindset. Like, I go back to 1998, the days of the episode review website. Every time I got something fucking cool, like a series Bible or a storyboard or Heroes Son of He-Man series Bible, it's like, scan it, put it online, because how awesome is that? Mattel.
That's what's awesome of you. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is Mattel did not know about the Lou Scheimer 1996 pitch. They may have found out about it, but all of that material they got was completely off the scans that I gave to He-Man.org when I decided to give up the episode review website. Zadok and I decided to let it go and give it to He-Man.org. Those scans went, and then suddenly Mattel were like, at some point Scott was like, more material, let's work with this. And it's just, it's weird. Dushan and I have talked about it in recent times. There's some Transformer fans that have like amazing stuff, and it's, I suppose I could make the argument. I've got those, like Dushan's seen them because I've kept them to myself. But I've got those sketches of like the earliest, I guess, Marvel Productions takes on the Transformers. But at the same time, it's not me wanting to hoard them. I want to put them on a YouTube video in the next year. So I've got my plans to how to get them out there.
That's what I give to you. Hold on, that's what I want to give to James. Wait. No, you're right. Okay. I want to give that to James. That's what I want to give to James. Is you are not that person that hoards stuff. And that's what people should always know about you, is all the stuff that you shared that nobody else would know, especially all the stuff when it comes to Masters of the Universe. You're not hoarding that. You're sharing it, whether it's from the most amazing stuff or even the crazy hero in the land of legend that we joke you about. But either way, you are sharing that, and I give it to you.
And he shared those early designs for Transformers on his Instagram account.
Oh, I did. Yeah, sorry, I did. I've already done it.
So, but
Do you have anything Shockwave?
Second round?
You have anything Shockwave?
He does, actually. And I have included it on my model sheet gallery.
Is that the green one?
Yeah, the green one, the blue one, the one with that has the gun version that doesn't have that attachment.
Ren, if you've never seen, have you ever seen the blue streak that I've got?
The only Transformer I've ever cared about is Shockwave.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I'm a single Transformer fan, and I've got a huge Shockwave collection. And
did you know that we never got
nothing else.
Shockwave in the UK? The toy was never released. Yeah, the toy. So one kid went over to America. I'll never forget. We're in the playground at school, and his summer holidays have ended. And he comes in. I was in America. And we're like, oh yeah. And he's, your kids, and he's talking about the things he saw in America. He's like, yeah, I saw Shockwave, and we're all calling him a liar because they didn't make Shockwave. And the other thing, here's a really weird one. Like if you know your Transformers, there are 5 Dinobots, right? In the UK, for some reason that no one's ever been able to explain, we never got Swoop.
Really?
So the other 4, we watched the cartoons, and we're all thinking, why don't they make a Swoop toy? The Americans are like, look at our Swoops, and it's just we didn't get Blaster, we didn't get Perceptor, we didn't get we didn't get the Constructicons. We didn't even get them.
Holy shit! You didn't get the Constructicons?
They were in all the comics at the time. The UK comic was really popular, and they did their own exclusive UK stories. The Constructicons were all over those fuckers. We were like, I wish they'd make some. The Predacons, we didn't get the Predacons either.
Oh wow,
jeez. Well,
Gavin,
really that was a great
what about,
question.
Did you
that
guys
led
get
to
the
a lot.
Stunticons?
Say again?
Did you guys get the Stunticons?
Yeah, we got the special teams, the Aerobots, Stunticons, Combaticons, and the
Aerobots,
Protectobots.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think that's the most time because Joe went ahead.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah, we've never spent that much time on one question.
I didn't even know what the question was.
Oh yeah,
Lost
Tyler
Media.
wasn't even here for it.
Genies and Sewers.
And Lost Media.
Okay.
So what
that
would
led
you
to a
like
lot.
to
That
see?
was a long fucking discussion. That was a long discussion.
Yeah, Tyler didn't give an answer. What would you have, like, Lost Media? If someone was like, you could see anything that's just lost to time, what would it be?
Well, I mean, there was a time where I thought He-Man would never be made available when VHS faded out. So honestly, like knowing that we got He-Man in its proper, with like Diamond Disappearance, like complete, not fucked with, the right panning speed, which I'm assuming the German release has most of that. But honestly, I mean, getting Bionic 6 and like a nice cleaned up set, that would probably be that would be at the top because I got Thundercats, I got He-Man, I got G.I. Joe, I got Transformers, I got Brave Star, I got Turtles, I got Ghostbusters.
Got My Little Pony.
No, I've yet to get around to that. So
you should actually watch the pilot for the My Little Pony.
The pilot was bad.
Well,
I remember you guys said that. It was dark.
Nathan sent me a clip of that. I'm like, okay, that's not all light and fluffy and girly.
Yeah, that was dark.
At least the
Turning
scene
the
that he
ponies into
sent me.
dragons and shit is pretty middle, actually.
It's kind of reminded me of like the scene in Pinocchio when the boys are turning into donkeys and they're all frightened and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just having like little horses that were like fucked with and stuff like that. So the
Munchie cheese.
What is that?
So
Munchie or some crazy song.
Look it up, man. They're pretty dope.
No, wait a second. You just shit all over the cuckoo's nest. I'm just supposed to take your opinion about looking something up because you recommend it?
I'll take it back. You don't have to watch it. I'm
By the way,
easy breezy cover girl.
All right. By the way, are you available for like another T-shirt design?
Absolutely.
I was hoping to have another one. I was hoping to have another one for PowerCon. I had a pretty fun idea.
Okay.
I think you'd enjoy.
Because I'm working on ours this week. I should have that ready by the end of the week.
Okay.
And I'm hoping, and a couple more, but I've got to. I'm still working on this. Well, we can talk after.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I wanted to make sure I asked Ren in person. And I was like, if he was available, if that's the case, I'll send you a down payment.
Is Joe cocking his head or is his mask skew with? Oh, there we go.
Oh, he cocks his head. He's like a little dog.
Yeah,
he just cocks.
He's got a crooked cock.
Yeah, it was like it was like really extreme, and I was like, "Is he okay?"
It's like Michael Myers when he sees stuff. He just kind of sits there and turns his head.
He's getting his throat ready for those full-size pickles for later.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Ren, did you want me to eat one? You want me to eat one in front of you at PowerCon?
Oh my god!
No, I gotta go.
We're gonna be right next to each other. I'm gonna put my arm around you, and I'm just gonna put that whole thing right in front of you. Let's see what do you think of that,
Jenny? Can you? Can you control your pet? Like, what the hell?
And then Ren's going to look at him and just be like, accurate. And then just like turn around and like, what were you saying to somebody else? Fedmon has a question. Will Rebecca and John be giving weapons to Shakoti and Mask for the cosplay? Or will they be unarmed? Also, will they have a Darkling creature with them? And will it be Sun?
Probably Joe.
Joe Amato will be there.
I'll be Darkling, the Darkling.
Yeah.
I'd love to make a little Darkling, and John's going to try
doesn't
and make
even
the
need
sword,
the mask.
So.
No, what did you say, Rebecca? You said you'd try
John's
Darkling, and what about John?
I'm going to try. If I have enough time, I'm really crunching for time with my costumes right now, but I'm going to try and make a little Darkling, and John's going to try and make the sword for Mask.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Is the Darkling going to be sculpted by hand? You're going to 3D print it, or what do you think you'd do
I
with
would
that?
sculpt it by hand, yeah, and then cast it in latex.
Okay.
Question for James: is he doing magic tricks with that pencil? Or I think
it's just
pen.
like I'm a fiddler. So
he does look like one of
tricks.
the. I can see. What was it? David Blaine?
He just made it disappear.
Well, no. And then
oh wow! Look at that, ladies.
James, I was going to have you do something with your foot and your hand, but I don't think it could pick up on camera. Okay, no. Wait. Okay, please, silence. All right, if you could turn sideways, what I want you to do is extend your right leg. Listen,
that's your knee.
No, serious.
Sideways. Come
Extend your right leg, and then now take your foot and start putting it in a circle clockwise. Okay? Start moving your foot in a circle clockwise. All right?
Do you want
Tell me when you're doing that.
Taken off.
A clockwise is like this. Yeah, like a clock. Just go in a circle.
I can't see Joe at the moment.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, have it go clockwise, so it's going in a circle. Have your right foot going in a circle. All right?
Well, up like that.
No, just make it. Yeah, but have it up in the air and then just go in a circle. Like this is your
how
foot.
you fall into the cult
This
of
is your
Amato,
foot.
James. I'm just letting
and now
you know
take
that.
your foot and do this with your foot. Okay? Have it go in a circle clockwise.
This is a
listen.
disguised
Just
foot
listen.
fetish.
Listen. Wait, shut up. So do that. Go in a circle. And as you're doing that, take your right hand, put it in the air, and draw the number 6 at the same time. Trust me.
Then another 6, and then another 6.
Okay, Rebecca, you try it since James is not grasping it. Take
All right,
your
so I gotta-
right. Okay, now put it. Make it go in a circle clockwise. Now, at the same time, hold up your right hand and draw the number 6 at the same time. You got to do them both at the same time.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's like impossible. Your brain malfunctions. You'll either your hand will go crazy or your finger will. See, look at James. He can't. You can't do it.
That's weird.
It's very
Isn't
strange. Yeah.
Your brain can't process it. I just had to see that live to
I
see.
couldn't process what you were talking about. So.
I know. Oh God, here
big
comes fucking
shocker
Ren.
there.
Yeah.
Ren, go ahead.
What the fuck makes you come up with this bullshit?
I love doing it.
Good question. I love that question.
He really just wanted to see Rebecca's foot.
Yeah, probably.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, Joe Amato.
It is cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, we did establish.
John, if you can hear this, punch Joe Amato when you see him at the convention.
Oh my
Right in
God.
his yam bags.
Oh
You're a
Jesus.
weird dude, Joe.
I'm gonna
I
sit
don't know.
right next to Ren. All of us can do it side by side at PowerCon. Ren's gonna be just looking all crazier and
Hey,
shit.
Tyler, Nathan,
Yeah.
do me a huge favor and sit between Joe and I. Please.
I don't want him sitting next to me.
No, put him on the other side of the table.
No,
is
well,
all
no,
I'm
I'd
saying.
rather
Like,
put him near the trash cans. You know, he's gonna smell like ham the whole time. I'll be dry heaving the whole time. You know, with the one person that walks over to our table.
doing this.
You know, Joe's gonna be like licking his finger and touching people with it. I don't want no part of that.
Oh, he's gonna be like Matt Akers on the bus in elementary school trying to give me wet willies.
Yeah, except Joe's gonna be like, you know, wetting his finger in other places and like,
What are you guys doing over there?
I love fucking sexy guys.
What is that? What I still don't understand what I'm saying. What did douche
I
do
love
with my
fucking
voice?
sexy guys. That's what you're saying, you nasty fucker.
Is that what he said? Okay, I never understood.
And all of us we must make Joe really nervous, which is why he fucks up so much on here. You know,
I don't know what he got that from. I'm like, what is that from? I don't get it.
Obviously, you said it.
We'll never know.
Just like all his other. There's a
I think
list
we'd rather
of
not
fetishes,
know.
Gavin.
Yeah.
Joe Amato has a list of fetishes that he's into, and honestly, Jenny, you can do better.
We say it every week.
And I mean, it's a short reach. It's a short reach. Like, you can do better.
Papa Huds asked, "What's the name of the romantic song that I play for James?" It's just what came with StreamYard. It's called, oddly enough, it's called "Feeding the Ducks."
Feeding the duck.
That's
hey,
what it's
James, don't you like to feed ducks? And some of those messages you send me, like, aren't you around like ducks? You know, in the background.
Oh yeah, no, you hear the seagulls.
Yeah, all seagulls. That's what it is. Yeah.
They've named it like a sexy piece of music, "Feeding the Duck."
I know, I don't know, but that
Like a weird euphemism, like I'm going to feed the duck. You know, I don't know. It's weird. Exactly.
You know what the duck is.
Yeah.
You know what we can't find the duck though, evidently.
Oh well, I have heard a phrase because some old pervert would walk up to us when I worked at Waze and say, "You got any mud in your duck? You got any honey on your stinger?" Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, "You know what I'm talking about?" No, I don't know what you're talking about. You get any? Like, go the fuck on.
Mud on your duck.
Mud on your duck. That's what it was. He would walk around and hang mud on your duck, and he would like hunker over on his buggy and fart. You know, you get mud in your duck.
Did you actually meet Joe?
If Joe was about 90 years old and you know, over.
We haven't seen his face.
I don't want to.
We haven't. Well, Jenny's seen his face, you know, with the all careless whisper and shit. You know,
I told you, Jenny is the kind, wonderful, warm-hearted person who does charity every day.
She doesn't deserve any of this.
Your motto.
Yeah. He goes over and feeds the guy in the bell tower, and Joe swings down.
Your motto is officially a charity case.
No, I'm breathtaking to look at, and I'm the sweetest, kindest person you'd ever meet.
Oh,
I treat her like a princess.
Stop bullshitting.
Someone who's that proud shouldn't have to hide their face, Joe.
Well, I mean, everybody might just, I don't know, be in awe and pass off like, oh, dear God.
Or
we can't witness the beauty.
For 2 hours.
Yeah.
Explosive barf and diarrhea for 2 hours. We don't want that, Joe.
Yeah.
That's why you love scary movies so much. You feel at home in them. You're the monster.
Oh.
Joe and Jen get mugged outside the hotel at PowerCon, and he lifts his mask and goes, "Dude, man, it's cool, man." They all run away.
Got part 8 going on.
Yeah.
You did me, slime bag. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And Joe had his long hair still.
Yeah. What isn't Nicolas Cage ugly?
And it started back here.
God, knowing he's going to play Superman at one point. I'm glad that guy.
Oh God, yeah.
Joe had long ass hair, and the shit started here.
What a dick. Fucking Ren. All right.
That's why he was always rubbing it from here. He couldn't scoot it back. It was already back.
And then Ben Franklin hairdo going on.
Takes a couple pieces and slings it over the top like, yeah, I'm in.
He's getting ready for the mother of all comb-overs.
Fucking waving like this.
It's like Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray and Kingpin.
I knew what you were going to say when he was
Yeah.
like, I did that strike, remember? And his hair was flying off.
Joe has seen Kingpin, so that's good. Because we were thinking about talking about that eventually.
Is that a bowling movie?
Yeah.
No, it's a movie about fucking cricket. Yeah, what do you think, you fucker?
I love Rent. Is that a bowling movie?
He had a Rebecca moment right there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not thinking
Yeah,
either.
Well,
Jimmy
yeah,
Buffett?
it's about professional wrestling and bowling in the same movie.
Oh yay!
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yay.
No, just 'cause Rebecca would rather listen to paint and dry than watch wrestling.
Yeah, it'd be like me when you guys talk about the live-action Master Universe movie for the 8th.
Oh, bullshit. You let me know.
Nathan really did look tired of that fucking movie. He's like, oh, come on.
I
now,
like the
not
movie,
again.
but man.
Not again.
We've said everything.
Oh, we
can
are
say
approaching the anniversary of the film,
Yeah, well,
because
that's
Rebecca's got a
right.
birthday coming up. So
Best of luck, Tyler.
Nathan will send that out.
Yeah, I'll just.
you know what? Me, Rebecca, and James, because Ren likes to shit on it. He can't
No,
come to the
no,
party.
I don't like the movie, do I?
Oh no, you told me you liked the movie.
Oh no, I don't like it, but
No, there is no kinda. There is no
Okay.
kinda.
You're
Like
with
I
us
said-
or against us?
Yeah.
Well, no, I said I'd grown to like it when I watched it about 4 or 5 years ago. It was like I'd been to PowerCon. They'd shown the Power of Grayskull documentary when it had Gary Goddard on it. That got edited.
And you watched that and you went, is that a beastman with tits?
but listening to Gary Goddard talk about it so passionately, I went and watched it like shortly. I think it was a couple of days later. Lee and I sat down. I was like, let me watch it and see what the fuss is about. All these fans, but it's a really good film. Frank Langella's great, and I watched it. I was like, oh, it is really quite good. It's not my cup of tea, but it was. I was surprised. I didn't hate it as much as I did when I was a kid. Where I was just like, oh.
I'm glad I didn't know you on the
You
playground.
bastard. Look at that. That's me. Pale skin Joe in the middle.
We're all in different looks and outfits and everything.
Yeah.
Goddamn Deucin.
That's terrifying.
Uh-huh.
I love the picture behind Warwick.
Yeah, I tell you what,
Oh, yeah,
everybody's wearing different shit except.
Oh no, that's
Joe.
before. That's before he put the picture of you and Nathan behind him.
Oh yeah.
yeah. That was a good one.
Hey, what'd you
Yeah,
say, Ren?
it's-
Everybody's wearing different
it
shit,
should-
but who? What'd you say?
Deucin's into sexy guys, not
everybody
Joe.
looks different except Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
I mean,
Hey, Joe, you
seriously,
look the
I'm
same.
coming for you, Ren. I
Boy, man,
swear to God.
Joe, you never said anything about your marvelous breasts, Joe.
I swear to God, I'm coming for Ren.
Hey, Joe,
Well,
seriously,
he gets
man,
his
do not
shirt
come.
on.
Do not come, you nasty dude. Don't come when you're around me. That's disgusting.
You'll know he's
I'm
around
just-
when you smell that ham in the air.
Yeah. Remember, guys, if you want to
It's on
see
the
us all,
internet that you
you
said.
come to PowerCon, August 11th to 13th. If you want to see us and you see some crazy shit, yeah, come to PowerCon. It's going to be amazing.
Bring
It
me.
is going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing.
It is.
Fans of power.
That happened.
What the hell? What?
That will be our outro.
Yeah, twice as big as last year. It's going to be great. It's
Last year was
The
amazing,
convention,
right?
I mean.
Yeah.
We're gonna have all those
Joe
already
says
established
twice as
people at
big as last
PowerCon. We show up and they're like, man, we're like the little rascals of like the entire like convention.
I'm okay with it, actually.
Well,
Yeah,
Joe is
yeah.
old
People are
enough
hyped
to
to
be
see
in
us, trust
the
me.
Little Rascals.
what's that?
What's that?
Joe is old enough to be in all the original Little
Joe could have been
Rascals.
like part of the first group with Jackie Cooper.
Hey,
Joe's first 25 years of life was in black and white.
Yeah.
Listen, you fuckbag. Anyways, my cousin, she's married to the guy who played Alfalfa in the Little Rascals movie.
Bug Hall?
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
You're related
Oh,
to Bug
yeah.
Hall?
Yeah. My cousin who lives right down the street, and she, she met him years ago.
When you think about it, though, if we're going back, with Adam and Eve, aren't we all related?
No, but yeah, she's married to him. She
Nah,
is married to him.
I'm not
yes.
That's
related
crazy.
to Joe.
Joe's
Holy
got all
shit.
this famous extended family, including, being the uncle to a kid who is a professional wrestler who also has shitty taste in horror films. I just can't. I don't want to toss that out there again.
Also,
Yeah, keep putting it out there.
Don't forget Joe's DNA analysis. Like, Joe,
Yeah.
could you read that
Everything.
again?
Oh, I'd have to get the picture up. Hold on.
What, Joe on Ancestry.com or some shit?
Yeah, give me a second.
James, have you heard his DNA analysis?
I got to get the picture up. Just give me a
The
couple
box,
minutes.
the box for other was checked, and then under that it was everything.
Hold on.
Joe's not Eskimo though, right? Eskimo Joe.
Oh,
No,
he
I'm
is.
Eskimo.
Miguel. Hey, Miguel.
Yeah.
Miguelito.
And this
Okay, hold on. I have.
his surname sounds
listen,
Trying to be
here it
Canadian
comes.
too.
Here it comes.
Joe's a culture vulture.
All right, you ready? I'm 43% Southern Italian, 26% England and Northwestern, 12% Germanic Europe, 3% Wales, 2% France, 2% Scotland, 2% Nigerian, 6% Cyprus, 3% Cameroon Congo.
Is that a tree?
1%, and 1% Northern India. So that's my ancestry right there.
He's a Hindu and he's also a black African.
And a tree stump.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what they did.
At one
He
point,
used some
just
hair
answered
care
fuck a
products
tree.
from England, and they used it. He used lip balm from Africa, and it caught on. That dude clipped his toenails with clippers made in China, and he was Asian. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Nobody believes in that.
Can we please
Exactly,
take that legit
exactly.
statistic, Joe? You take that, put like a font with it, and at the bottom put 100% hopo. Please do that and put it on TeePublic. I will buy that and put the Modulok mask on it.
Yeah,
somehow.
the mask has got to be on
It's
there,
gotta
like
be
off
on
at
there,
an angle.
please.
No, just do half the mask. Do half the mask, and the words on one side like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would be good.
Listen,
I see.
from
Ren, you
from
do
an
it
illustration-
on your TeePublic.
Send me
I'll
the
send it to
information,
you.
Joe. I'll
I
take
will.
care of it.
And
Okay,
then we
okay.
make sure that Joe's nephew, who has a shitty taste in horror movies, I want to stress that again, wears it. Have him wear the shirt on like an Impact show. That would be hilarious.
All right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Joe's. I'll get right on that.
And then make
Well,
sure
After he puts pants on.
Yeah, and then make sure that Trey lets who's the commentary team on Impact right now? It's I can't remember. But have them mention. It's like, oh, you see on Trey Miguel's shirt. That's an homage to his uncle who trained him at an early age to become a professional wrestler.
Yeah, Joe's showing how to do 5-star frog splashes in the back.
Yeah, you'll be like
Well, that'd be-
it'll be like the Guerrero family, you know. You were like the patriarch. Of that.
Yeah, you're
Kinda got
Miguel.
home.
Miguel
Yeah.
Amato.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, when you wrestled, did you look like Joe the Animal Steel?
Yeah, nice and hairy and everything, and
You
green
were like-
tongue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, chewing
Yeah.
up on pillows instead of turnbuckles.
Yeah. Have mine with me, or whatever that little thing or whatever the hell it was.
That's why you don't put anything near Joe's
Nice.
mouth.
Yeah. That's shit. All right, well, I think we had all the questions. That pretty much fucking wrapped it up. So I was going to say, if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell so you can always be notified when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day.
And I am not going to stand here and see that thing cut open and see that little Kittner boy spill all over the dock.
But you're sitting.
That was insightful there, Deucin.
I thought that was the following line. That's very.
Who
No,
would
it's
you
just-
say should know this, Tyler, out of all of us? All of us or somebody in particular?
Probably, I can't think of anybody in particular.
Can you say it again?
Well, I know. Well, Joe has seen this, but he's scarred because he almost drowned in a tub full of eggs. And then I know Nathan has seen it, and I don't know. I'm sure James has probably seen it at some point. Deuce, I'm sure he has, but he doesn't remember jack shit. Ram probably
Gavin
hasn't
said
seen it.
Jaws. Gavin said Jaws.
Is it the first one or Jaws of Revenge? Because you were
The
watching
first
that
one.
earlier today.
I watched both over the weekend.
Yeah, well,
I've
Gavin
seen
got that.
Jaws.
Nice.
I was 12.
You saw it in theaters?
I saw the 3D one in theaters actually.
No.
Oh,
That's
boy.
Nobody cares.
What
Nobody
a
cares,
rotten
Ren.
night at the movies that was.
Wait,
Hey,
I
So
I think shark movies are
touches the,
dumb.
the
What?
Ren,
touches the glass with his nose and it goes.
Yeah,
Ren,
nudges it.
did that movie actually look good in 3D?
Shark movies are stupid.
No, I mean, still, like, how was the 3D effect in the theater?
It was pretty cool, I guess. It was new technology, I think, back then. So
Ren,
they were
did you
overdoing
honestly
it.
see that? Did you honestly see it in the theater in 3D? Because you did
Hey,
a
no
lot
one
of
just
hesitation.
comes along and says they saw
I did.
Jaws 3
No,
in theater.
I did see.
It was just
I
how
think
you said it. I was like, you better not have been lying, because that was, even though I didn't flip over it, I did see it in theaters and it was cool. That 3D effect did work, just like in
I
Friday
heard
the
it did
13th
look
Part
cool
3.
in-
It worked.
in
Yeah, it
theater.
did.
It worked really, really well. It worked really, really
Okay,
well.
okay.
I was very young, but I did
Alright.
see it. Yeah.
Okay, all right, just
I
checking.
know you
And
were
how
probably
old were
40
you,
or 50
Joe?
when it came out.
Is that right? Uh-huh. Give you 40 or 50 kicks in the balls, you prick.
You
Yeah,
can't
just
reach
wait.
that high.
I'm gonna find you. I'll get your fucking shins on. I'll step on your goddamn toes, you son of a bitch. I'm sorry, that was aggressive. I apologize for that. I love
I'm
you.
sorry, babe. I didn't mean that.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, babe. I'm sorry, babe. Yeah.
He's just like
little angry guy.
Yeah.
like Ike
Happy
Turner on
Gilmore.
Saturday Night Live.
Hairy foot hobbit.
All right, I'm coming for you. All right, I love you,
Stop
Jen.
coming.
See ya.
You know, Nate, you can make one of those videos of Joe keeps saying, I'm coming for you hard. Like the wrestlers.
Hard.
We probably could at this point.
Yeah.
Love you, Jenny.
Three
Love you,
sticks
Jenny,
are sticking
baby.
in there.
You got one more.
Call
Ren. You
911,
got one
Jenny.
more of that.
I love you, Jenny, baby.
You got one more.
Yeah, but it was great. It was fun, and I'll see you all on my balls.